just test everything out. Let's see. Yes, yes, we are good. We are here. Let's go ahead and let all the raccoons on Discord know. Let's see here. Stream starting now. There we go. Alrighty. Hello, hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. Hello, Noxley. Right in here first again. How have you been? I feel like I haven't gotten the chance to actually chat with you in a while. How are you doing? I have a cold glass of water here. Hello, Chatty Matty. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see me messing around in the Discord? I was so nervous. I was asking Roots, like, is that a thing I can do? Can I, like, delete messages to make it easier to see what I've done and haven't done? I don't know how else to do it. And Roots is like, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I'm messing around with the Discord. Hello, hello, Callie. Callie, is this a new username? Callie moves like water TV? Did you update your username? This is a new username for you, right? Or am I just crazy? But hello, hello. I wouldn't worry about notes yet, Chatty Matty. I'm just gonna go through everything, and I might even apologize to people. I might accidentally delete stuff that I'm supposed to read. I just want everything clear, and I don't want more notes cluttering it up. And then whenever I'm done with something, then it gets deleted, and then somebody can resubmit if they want to. I got first, by the way, because I'm Callie, and I'm just that awesome. Noxley, you're good? Just been kind of busy and tired, but I got a text that my work is closed tomorrow. So I get to write all day then. Oh, Noxley, that sounds like such a nice, relaxing day. Oh my god, I'm thrilled for you. That must feel so nice. Hello, hello, bud. It's good to see you. Welcome on in. How are all of the raccoons here? Noxley got some great news. They get to have an all-day writing spree tomorrow and relax and chill. You're on the tail end of a migraine, Chatty Matty? Oh no. Well, yeah, if you can't watch stream too much today, then that's absolutely fine. I won't push yourself. Roots is not feeling too good either. They were having headaches and stuff too. So maybe it's just stuff going around. Maybe it's something with the Mercury in retrograde or something. I don't know, but I hope you guys are all taking care of yourselves. Hope you guys are all drinking plenty of water. I just hit my monitor. I'm trying to be a good doobie and drink my water. There's a noise like a cricket here. Do you mean in my VOD or like where you are in real life? It's fading thankfully, but it stopped me streaming today. Yeah. If you have a migraine, then yeah, I wouldn't push yourself to do it. Okay, your room. I was like, I don't know how to fix a cricket sound on my stream. I don't know how to do that, Callie. But it sounds like you gotta hunt it down, Callie. Gotta hunt it down. Channel your ancestors, the hunter-forager ancestors, and hunt down that cricket. You can do it. Nice. You can still watch me critique today, though. Nice, perfect. I don't know how long I'll be streaming tonight. I think we'll just be going with the flow. See how long I can keep it up. We'll see how long my voice lasts. But if we have, I think, our first few raccoons in today, we can start. Since I believe, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we ended. Is it... Let me move this over here so I can see. Let me see. Story submissions. Cal Phoenix Born submitted, but I didn't have permission. Then I believe it was Bob that we finished with last time. And I was going to continue that one today, but I'm not sure if they're in chat. If they're not in chat, then we can move on. Then yes, Chatty Matty has chapter 3. Yes, please you have time for me. But yeah, if Bob is not in here yet, then we can go ahead and start with Chatty Matty's chapter 3. I think that's how we're gonna be doing it. But I left a note for Cal Phoenix Born. This is the second time they submitted, and I'm just like, oh wait, I can't open it. It's so sad. So I'll go ahead and load that up. Let's get chapter 3 all nice and set up. There we go. Hello, hello, Andre. It's good to see you again. Welcome on in. We're just getting started over here. We're just figuring out who's next. And right now, it seems like Chatty Matty is. I don't believe I've heard anything from Bob, so... Chapter 3 and Princess Pleiades, but Chapter 3 is more of a priority. Okay, yeah, we can definitely start with Chapter 3 then. So let me move my phone over here. I still have, whenever Bob comes up, I can see if we can still cover that. But in the meantime, we have Chapter 3. Is everyone all comfy and cozy for story time? So that's right, Auntie Riri had just emerged into the room. My Twitch app is being unreasonable. Just let me go to picture mode. What's picture mode? What's picture mode? I don't know all these things. So Auntie Riri's just burst in, and she has bad news. That's what we left off at. Daedalus, Auntie Riri panted, is dead. Her words dropped like lead into the room. She leaned against the wall, catching her breath. One hand braced to steady herself. Barry's eyes darted over her aunt. Every detail snapped into focus. Her red, cold shoulder crop top, the single sleeve over her right arm, the tattoo on her bare shoulder shaped like stylized ram's horns in a sharp V. Her other arm, blue-skinned, bare, ended in a blight. I can't read. Hello, Bob. Oh my goodness, we were just talking about you. I was going to start with you today since we finished off with your piece last time. I was going to continue. But right now we're doing Chapter 3 of Chatty Matty. And if you want, I think you could be next if you'd like. So let's see. Ended in a black cybernetic prosthesis, black tubes snaking into her bicep. So let's see here. My initial reaction is this is a lot of description right off the bat. I think we could just maybe do like a few of these details here, and then maybe the rest gets sprinkled in throughout. That's my initial reaction, but I'll keep reading and see if I still think that. Barry's heart gave a hard, low thump. She'd never liked Daedalus, but she'd never wished him dead either. Found him. Auntie Riri paused for air. In the street. A breath. Next to Ori's grave. Barry's gaze snapped to her mum, then back to her aunt. What happened, Riri? Mum's voice was tight. Not sure. Auntie Riri pushed off the wall and moved toward the table. Just know Barry doesn't have an employer anymore. The words sank deeper. No Daedalus meant no forge. No forge meant no work for anyone. You found the cricket and silenced it forever. Oh my god. Guys, do you know what that means? Guys, I think Callie just fucking murdered that cricket. I think there's a murderer among us. Don't. Shh, everyone be quiet. Everyone be chill. Everyone be calm. Okay, don't let Callie know we're onto them. Somebody call the police. Why then? What was that? No forge meant no work for anyone. But Queen Andromeda asked me to make a harpy. Barry shot up from her chair, palm slamming onto the table. I can't just abandon that. It's my job. Model, there we go. All eyes went to her. Auntie Riri smirked, shook her head. That look, half amused, half worried, was one Barry knew too well. Barry, I'm sure Andy will understand. Andy? She's not as uptight as you think, her aunt said. But Auntie Riri, it's my job. What? I'm hearing like rabbit reflexes like a tiger fly. What is anyone my initial thing is I'm curious. I'm like, oh, if it's Queen Andromeda, that means she's like pretty fancy. She's pretty up there, right? This is a queen. And Auntie Riri's just smirking and calling her Andy, and I'm like, oh goddamn. Auntie Riri, what how do you know this Andy? Why do you know where's Andy? Auntie Riri and the Queen are close friends. Yeah, I did figure out that Andy is short for Andromeda, yeah, but Auntie Riri and the Queen are close friends. Yeah, I'm over here, I'm like, shook. I'm like, oh. But Auntie Riri, it's my job. A blue finger pressed to her lips, stopped the words dead. I know, Barry, Auntie Riri said softly, and it's my job to keep you safe. Finally, someone's talking sense, Tessie said, grinning almost triumphantly. Auntie Riri dropped her finger and arched a brow. Me? Talking sense? Since when? A pause. Tessie, did I miss something? Tessie's eyes flicked to Barry. Barry's gaze met her mother's green, and she knew what was coming before the words hit. Barry thinks she can go gallivanting across the galaxy to find the lost fleece of Prius. Barry pouted. Why are you outing me? I'm not sure. She is like equivalent to like 20s. This is a young adult. I'm not sure I like her pouting here. This is a... Emote allowed here? I don't know what that emote is. I can't see. I had to take off my glasses for the tracking. So there is a pause. And... let me see it. I feel like that happened earlier, didn't it? Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm making that up. Anyway. Auntie Riri's gaze swung back to her. Barry searched for the familiar spark in her aunt's expression, but found nothing she could read. Her stomach gave a slow, uneasy twist. The lost fleece? Auntie Riri asked at last. Thought that was just a myth. For a moment, Barry caught it, a flicker of excitement in her aunt's sapphire eyes. It is no myth, Sunreal said from the table. Auntie Riri's attention shifted. Barry braced for a barrage of questions about the tall, winged stranger at their table. But instead... Sorry, didn't see you there. Aries Mintaka. Okay, that's why she has the ram head, because she's an Aries. Aries to Riri. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. She held out her prosthetic hand without hesitation. Barry blinked. That was weirdly normal. Absurdly so. Like angels were normal breakfast guests. Well, again, I think this kind of draws into the idea of, is winged races normal in this world? And I think you said some of the races do have the wings, so she just looks like a smidgen different. She looks a little different. So I'm not quite sure. It just depends on how realistic is this in your world, and only you can answer that, right? Sunreal stared at Auntie Riri's prosthetic for a heartbeat too long, then took it slowly. I am Sunreal. It is nice to meet you. Something flickered in her eyes, a strange glint Barry couldn't place, like Sunreal had sensed something in Auntie Riri. So, the fleece is real? Auntie Riri's mouth curved into a barely contained grin. Barry knew her aunt was holding back her overjoy. Beside Barry, her mum sighed and buried her face in her palms. It is very real. Why do you ask? Sunreal said, a flicker of concern in her tone. Mom used to tell me stories about it all the time, Auntie Riri said, a spark in her tone. Said as she could, she'd go after it herself. Dad shot the idea down. Thought it was just a myth. She chuckled, and the sound was so light and warm that Barry couldn't help giggling along. Why Grandma Phoenix want the fleece, Auntie Riri? She'd asked. Her aunt's gaze softened. Grandma Taygeta? Barry? Her aunt corrected gently. Phoenix was the name Dad and Auntie Demi made her use. What? Okay. Didn't know why she wanted the fleece, not until the witches' war. Her voice dipped quieter. Hibernation sickness. Taygeta. Or Taygeta. Taygeta. Okay. Grandma Phoenix. If that's not the name they want her to use, wouldn't Barry have grown up knowing it's Grandma Taygeta instead of Grandma Phoenix? Anyway, Barry's chest tightened. The words hung in the air like frost. The sorrow in Auntie Riri's eyes said more than her voice ever could. With a sudden clap of her hands, Auntie Riri smiled again. Enough about Mom. Said Barry wants to find the fleece. Hello, Decaffeinated. It's good to see you. And hello, Shadow. It's good to see you. She grew up hearing both and reading Phoenix more. Okay. The silence was almost loud. Barry nodded. Yeah, I do. If it can really do what Sunreal says, someone has to find it. Her mum gave her that look again. Berenike, I told you, this is dangerous. Even Queen Artemis never found it. What makes you think you'll fare better? What makes you think you won't die? It's not like one of the ancestors will swoop in and save you. Barry struck a mock cute pose. Who would try killing cute little me? That's very, very teenager-ish. Very teenage, not 20-year-old. Very teenager-ish. Know a few people, Auntie Riri quipped. Barry tried to laugh with her, but the words prickled in her spine. Hello. Oh, hydrate or dihydrate? Okay, you guys want a sippy? Here's your sippy. Yeah. I'm being good today. I have cold water. I'm being hydrated. You bought a new fidget spinner? It's amazing. Oh my goodness. Is it one of the ones where you can like spin around and it like flies into the air for a second? Can you like eat it at people? You're writing your book, Shadow? Very nice. Everyone's being so productive today. Oh my goodness. As if responding to Auntie Riri's words, something caught in Barry's peripheral vision. She turned toward the nearby window. Nothing there, but the air felt wrong. Auntie Riri, Barry said carefully. What happened? She gestured to her aunt's messy hair and the bruises that were becoming more visible along her arm and midriff. Auntie Riri hesitated. Got a call from Briggy about some shady characters. Went to the forge to check it out. Found the workspaces trashed. Yours worse than the rest. Went to the city square, found Daedalus's body. Talked to a Sylvan woman looking for the local healer. Asked if I saw anything weird. Something about a Nabule or whatever? Document on Obsidian for her story and my story. Oh, very cool. Sunreal went pale beside Auntie Riri. So, it sounds like everyone else had already found Daedalus's body because he was in the city square, right? He wasn't, like, hidden. Oh, it's one of the pop bubble ones. Okay. Sunreal went pale beside Auntie Riri. Told her I didn't know what she was talking about. She got mad, screamed at me. I was sent flying. Got into a bit of a brawl with her and knocked her out. Came straight here after. Auntie Riri finished. Barry's spine prickled cold. The scream sent you flying? Tessie asked. Auntie Riri nodded. Yep. Head wielding like Sagitta. Is that based off like Sagittarius? Sagitta? Yep, I'm okay with the timeline. Yeah, Barry hasn't been to the forge since the day before. And Briggy, which I'm guessing is Bridget, went early today. Because she's already gone. So I'm just focused here. Yeah, so here at this line, she gestured to her aunt's messy hair and the bruises that were becoming more visible along her arm and midriff. Some of that earlier part where I said like, oh, this is a little bit too much detail in together. Some of those little details could be mixed right here while describing like, oh, like her shirt is a crop top and she could see the bruising along the midriff. Like some of those details could be placed here. Hello, MSM. Good to see you. And you don't have to do it all now. You can just like highlight stuff and make notes. I'm not asking you to like fix everything right now. Just, you know, especially since we sometimes like having our earlier drafts separate and then we like make a new document. That's when we do all our edits in. So it's totally fine to just make a note of stuff. Why didn't you call Auntie Cece? Barry asked, or any of the other Zodiac guards. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say. So Tessie, which is Barry's mom, is always sometimes just called Tessie. Like right here, it's Tessie. But it's Auntie Riri. So the narrator either has to use more of the, be consistent with using the titles from Barry's perspective, as in Mom and Auntie Riri, or be consistent in using their names like Tessie and not Riri, Aries. But just being consistent with it. Why didn't you call Auntie Cece? Barry asked. Or any of the other Zodiac guards? Auntie Riri opened her mouth. Before she could answer, a shriek split the air, so sharp it rattled Barry's skull, and the front door blew clean off its hinges. It missed Sumriel by inches and slammed into Tessie. Both the door and Barry's mum were sent crashing into her mother's bedroom in a heap. Barry barely caught a glimpse of the intruder, a green-skinned figure with cold blue eyes that locked instantly onto Sumriel. A black bandana showed half her face, shadowed half her face, while snowy blade. I can't read today, dear God. A black bandana shadowed half her face, while snowy braids coiled like a nest of snakes around her head. She strode forward in a cloudy white shirt under a sky blue doublet, black trousers tucked into knee-high cavalier boots that thudded I'm getting mad at myself. Hollowly against the floor. Same thing here, there's a lot of description where we could have a little bit more of like the actions and stuff, splitting the description up a bit. The figure's eyes flicked to Auntie Riri and then Barry. Another shriek. The air shuddered. It was like Barry was hit by something solid and very noisy. He did it again. The world tumbled as she barreled from her chair, tumbled over a couch, and struck the living room's fireplace. She collapsed, dazed, onto the wood floor. Through her blurry vision, she saw 2, sometimes 3, Auntie Riri's recovering. Her shoulder tattoo blazed, ram's horns of living flame curling from her head. Fire licked her hands and mouth. So here I get the fact that it's because she has a blurry vision. She's seeing double, right? She's seeing double, and then the joke is sometimes 3. The only thing I'll note, I think we even say this with Callie sometimes too, if Callie's still in chat, is that this is a little artsy, but you are dealing with right afterwards she does do cool magical shit, right? She has her tattoo blaze, and there's living flame curling around her head, and fire licked her hands and mouth. So there is real magic going on right after this bit. So it could be a little confusing. The readers might be like, wait a second, is her blurry vision actually seeing duplicate aunts who can wield fire here? I don't think so. I think it's just her blurry vision and she's seeing double. But in that case, maybe just have her head ringing, her vision's just blurry, but maybe not mention the 2 or 3 Auntie Riri's, because that gets a little confusing. This is not real, but the firepower is real, and they're back to back. Yeah, she's just seeing doubles and triples. I'm letting you know it could be confusing to readers having it so close together. The not real ability, and then the actual literal, like, hey, her tattoo and her body is covered in flame. Auntie Riri and the figure exchanged words, but Barry was too dazed to process them. Barry forced herself to her hands and knees. Auntie Riri needs me. Glass shattered to her left. A second figure bolted through the window. Snowy dreads like a nest of snakes. Jade green skin, venom bright scarlet eyes, the same black bandana covering her face. So again, both times the braids and dreads are compared to snakes. A fiery poet shirt. Fiery poet shirt. Jet black vest, trousers dark as the void. Barry blinked hard, tried to focus. Sunny, are you okay? She asked, glancing around quickly. The Nabio rose nearby, white wings flared, rising with effortless grace, and offered Barry a hand. I don't know if she's used Sunny before. Thanks, Barry said without thinking, getting to her feet. The doubles and triples in her vision began merging, eyes focusing more. Sunreal's mouth curved faintly. Sunny? Is that what is called a pet name? Sunreal, focus! There were people trying to kill you. Hello, Lorenzo. Oh, I'm so sorry. Have you not been feeling well? She hasn't used any yet. Yeah, I got that with this part here. But they're like joking me like, oh, is this like a pet name? Is this or this? And I'm like, Sunreal, focus. You are actively being attacked. Barry nodded in a blush. Barry, focus. You guys are actively being attacked. You don't know if your mom's alive. She just got hit by a door. The red-shirted figure slithered closer to Sunreal. You're coming with us, the figure hissed at Sunreal. No use running. Hello, hello. Oh, hello, and thank you for the follow. Welcome to Cryptid Cult. I hope you like it here. So like hell she is, Barry shot back. The figure scoffed, and in the next breath, Barry lunged. A hand shot out, clamped around Barry's throat, slammed her to the floor. Stars burst in her vision. She clawed at the figure's wrist, desperate for air, kicking wildly, anything to break free. The grip tightened, nails dug into Barry's flesh, her throat being crushed in a serpent's coil. Pathetic weakling. You're Mintaka's niece? Huh, you're kidding me. The figure mocked. A metallic crack split the moment. Auntie Riri's prosthetic knuckles smashed into the figure's jaw. The grip loosened. Barry sucked in a ragged breath, planting both feet against the figure's gut and kicked with every ounce of strength. The figure staggered back into the window, dazed. That's right, it's always exciting having more raccoons here. Oh, you're new to Twitch. Hey, this is the good place for you then. I'm still very new to Twitch too. I only started this really in November. And I thought nobody would actually watch it because, you know, I was like a new streamer and stuff. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but people said that you learn through practice. And I'm like, yeah, I'll go live and do some reading and writing stuff and learn how to stream and how Twitch works while nobody's watching me, you know? And then, and then people started showing up like really fast. And I'm like, oh no. So you will absolutely see me be a failure sometimes on this stream, but hey, it's just part of the learning process. We're all here together. Yeah, it really is amazing. I'm so grateful for all you guys hanging out with me. But yes, I'm new to Twitch here too. And so if you're new here, then hey, we'll just be new together. It's all good. So for all my new raccoons here, I do have some of the raccoons in the chat here submit stuff for reading. And then I will read it live on stream here, and I try to give a few minor critiques to help improve the writing a bit. Normally, if you're a first-time submitter, I just do 1 or 2 critiques. Chatty Maddie here has submitted multiple times, and I know that they're okay with critique, that they're not going to get their feelings hurt, and that they really like the critiques, and they take it to heart, and they try to apply them. So for Chatty Maddie, I do a few more critiques and pointing things out. So if you're like getting nervous, like, oh god, Cryptid's gonna like critique every other paragraph or something, no, it's okay. If you're a new submitter, it's just 1 or 2. It's all good. Me and Chatty Maddie were one of the OGs. Oh my goodness. Sacrifice complete. Oh yeah, everyone's trying to sacrifice Chatty Maddie. All my raccoons are a little feral. The figure staggered back into the window, dazed. Somewhere behind her, Barry's mum moaned. Barry's gaze flicked to Aunt Riri, catching the sight of her prosthetic reassembling itself. Oh, very cool. Barry caught the look in Aunt's eyes. Knew that look. She'd only ever seen it when Auntie Riri was furious. She turned back to Sunreal. Sunny, let's go. I don't want to be in her way. So here it says Auntie, and then it says Aunt's eyes, and then it goes back to Auntie again. With little titles like that, try to be aware, consistent with the same person using it. Barry grabbed Sunreal's hand and bolted for her bedroom. Flame... Okay, posture check. Thank you, Decaffeinated, for the posture check. So I'm gonna stretch out my shoulders, stretch out my back, raise up our arms, tilt our head back and forth. Oh my goodness, are we getting raided? Hello, raiders! Welcome on in! Welcome in, raiders. Did you guys have a good stream? Was it fun? Were you guys doing anything interesting? But welcome on in. This is a nice, calm, cozy channel. And right now we're reading some of our chatter submissions and giving critique and reviews on the writing. So if that's up your stream, then hey, welcome on in. It was quite fun. What were you guys up to? Oh, if not the most productive. Yeah. Was your chat getting you off topic? Only got through editing chapter 1, but hey, getting a whole chapter edited is great progress. You should be very proud of that. But yeah, welcome on in, guys. But yeah, this is, if you guys like editing and trying to do all that stuff, then hey, this is kind of the channel for you. Oh, it was a writing stream. You only got the editing done. Oh no. But hey, it's help for future you. Yes. So all my raccoons, be nice to all of our new raiders. Don't be embarrassing to me, okay? Flame roared through the dining room as they passed, countered by deafening shockwaves. A final shriek tore the air. Barry looked back just in time to see Auntie Riri flung through a wall. Barry's heart thundered. Auntie Riri, you better kick their asses. In her room, Barry shoved a book into Sunreal's arms while yanking her crafter's gauntlets onto her hands. Let me redo that. Oh no, it doesn't. I don't have the little connection thingy where you can do this, but the Discord link is on the little Twitch profile for me, so you can just go there. Yeah, it's in the down below. You got it. You got it. No, you can still submit. That's perfectly fine. I can't promise I'll get to it today. I just keep reading until my voice gives out. But I try to normally cover at least like 2 to 3 people if I can per stream. And the only rules are no spicy content, no sexy scenes. I get too embarrassed reading those on stream, so no spicy stuff. And no writing that's generative AI writing. That's all. Those are the only rules. But yes, otherwise, please feel free to submit. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. Hello, Zone. It's good to see you. Sunreal's brow furrowed. May I ask why we need this book? That book's got history we might need. Queen Artemis, the Age of 12, Sylvan history, maybe even Creus's fleece. Barry's voice was quick, clipped. Then perhaps it will also aid my understanding of this era, Sunreal said, turning the book over in her hands. The jalapenos kissed heavily. Oh my goodness. The fight outside was escalating. Heat, wind, and a rhythm of destruction shaking the house. Barry turned toward the door, then froze. The data stick still sat on her desk. Barry finally noticed it was etched with strange markings she didn't recognize. They were hieroglyph-like, yet not Archimetan, nor like anything she'd seen before. Sunreal's voice sharpened. Where did you come across that? This? Barry picked up the data stick. Sunreal nodded. Your brother gave it to me yesterday, Barry said. The Navial's eyes widened. Shock, even fear. Why would Lunarium entrust this to you? Barry grabbed and opened her satchel, Sunreal placing the book inside. Maybe for the same reason he told me to look after you, Barry said. You said my eyes were like Queen Artemis's. Maybe he saw the same thing? She glanced at Sunreal, pausing. You know what this is, don't you? It matters not. It must not fall into the wrong hands, Sunreal said, gaze dropping. You write a weekly web serial, so I guess I'll pop that in. Oh, that's so cool! Lunarium never showed his sister the data stick. Facepalms, yep. Lunarium, what are you doing? But this is a lot of talking when there's actively fighting happening in the house. I'm like, girls, you gotta hurry up. You gotta get out of here. You gotta move. Then silence. Thick, heavy, and wrong. Barry's pulse hammered in her ears. The fight had stopped. Barry eased her door open just enough to see the hallway. She could hear her mom groaning from her room and fire crackling from everywhere but the fireplace. You do have to read and run? Hey, it was so good seeing you. In that case, since you won't be here, I won't review your stuff this stream, but if I see you in the future, then yeah, let me know you're on, and I'll be happy to read it. Have a good one. Goodbye. Gets attacked. Barry talks for 10 minutes. Barry eased out of her room, careful to keep herself out of sight. She and Sunreal snuck into the kitchen, spotted Auntie Riri. Auntie Riri looked more feral, flames curling from her temples and mouth, cuts along her arms. The two green-skinned intruders stared her down, their venomous eyes carrying something that made Barry's stomach churn. Smugness. Had enough yet? Auntie Riri's voice was sharp as a blade, blue fire puffing from her lips in a plume. The one in the red shirt barked a laugh. The other rolled her eyes, bored. We're not here for you. Not this time. Don't get me wrong, I'd love killing you. the red-shirted one hissed, her scarlet eyes beginning to glow. Barry's fingers tightened inside her gauntlets. She started forward, only to feel Sunriel's hand close on her shoulder. Auntie Ruby needs me, Barry hissed. That may be true, Sunriel said, maddeningly calm. But it is unwise to charge recklessly into danger. Barry scowled, but Sunriel's steady tone cut the fight out of her. Yeah, you're right. Auntie Ruby's a Zodiac guard after all. Zodiac guard? The concept seemed alien to Sunriel. Barry kept her eyes on Auntie Ruby and the two figures. They protect the royal family, and now also Exia itself. Supposed to be 12 of them, but now there's like 21? Me and Andromeda didn't want to take chances. Neither did Auntie Riri. This is a little bit of exposition here, right? We're having some forced exposition here and explaining the world building here in a time when like they should be shutting the fuck up because there are these two people willing to fight them in the next room. Hello, King Cow. So good to see you. Welcome on in. The blue-coated figure raised a hand, signaled her partner to wait. The red-shirted figure ignored it, her eyes glowing. Barry leaned towards Sunriel and whispered, Are these the ones who tried to kidnap you before? Sunriel hesitated. I believe so. Ares, all you need to do is give us the Nabule, the blue-coated figure said, her voice like a dozen snakes speaking at once. Don't be difficult. What do you want? Auntie Ruby snapped. You can't just bust into someone's house. I told you, give us the Nabule and we'll leave. We're not after you. Not yet, anyway, the blue-coated Sylvan said. Barry's gaze shot to Sunriel, who was already stepping behind her. We can go out through my window, Barry whispered. Do you know how to ride a griffin? Just Barry being nerdy randomly. Sunriel didn't reply. Somehow, that terrified Barry. Nabule? Not sure what that is. Sure you've got the right place? Auntie Ruby asked as Barry pulled Sunriel back into her room. I see. Pleading ignorance. Typical, came the reply. A shriek ripped through the house. I'll get the Nabule. Don't go killing Ares without me, the red-shirted figure barked. Barry's heart lurched. She spun toward her window, flicked her gauntlet to life. Blue hot flame roared from her palm, ate through the glass. Footsteps thundered toward her door. She can't open her window? She has to melt it? She can't just crack it? I would either just smash the glass, that's faster, or like just open your window. It's a window. Footsteps thundered toward her door. We are not wealthy on time, Sunriel said tightly. I will fight if I must, but... The door hissed open. Barry turned, her stomach dropped. They didn't lock the door? The red-shirted intruder stood there, Tessie in her grip, fingers crushing her throat. Mum! Barry's voice cracked. For the first time in her life, she had no idea what to do. No powers, no training. Just her hands and her heart pounding in her ears. The Nabule's coming with us, the figure hissed. No, Barry shouted. Let my mom go. But, Barry, Tessie gasped, don't worry about me. Just get out. Come with us, or I'm killing the Ankun, the figure said, tightening her grip. Barry's vision tunneled. Barry, go find Auntie Cece, Tessie choked out. Something inside Barry snapped. She lunged, gauntlet flaring and slamming her burning palm into the figure's face. The intruder screamed and dropped Tessie instantly. Barry kicked the figure, hit the door controls as the figure stumbled back into Bridget's room. Barry's door sealed. "Barry, what in the ancestors' names?" Tessie coughed. "No time, Mum, we've got to go," Barry said. The pounding on the door started, hard, fast. In the living room, or maybe even the kitchen, fire and shrieks shook the walls. Barry was already back at the window, cutting through the last of the glass. Behind her, Tessie's knees buckled. Sunreal caught her, easing her forward. Okay, I don't think I can finish this today. Barry doesn't think ahead when she's scared or freaked out. Yeah, it's just, and we can have that for a character, but it's hard to tell if that's the character or in this case the writer, right? Because as a reader, sometimes we're also sometimes assuming things are from the author is doing it. So even as like an author thing, it could be like, oh, Barry started melting the glass. Sunreal's like, dumbass, and then like punches the glass, right? Like there could be another figure who steps in and like figures that out. So just keeping that in mind, even if it's in character, sometimes it doesn't always help the plot. I can go through the chapter again to make sure it's clear. I'm not sure what's unclear. But I would just tidy up some of those little things like that. But I really like her using her gauntlets, her crafting gauntlets, and just like burning the dude's face. I'm like, that's a great detail. I love her using these crafting gauntlets, and those are kind of her weapons instead. Very similar vibes. Like if you're a seamstress, we have a lot of needles, pins, and like really hardcore scissors. Same type of thing with that. And there's a lot of crafters. We have a lot of hot tools too. I really like the idea of like turning something that is naturally dangerous. There's a lot of crafting tools that are dangerous and you handle care. And she's just like, nope, you have my mom, and burns the person's face. So I do like that. I like that choice of weapon. I think it fits her. Those big scissors with the weight, and they have the fabric scissors, right? The big chunky ones. The ones where like if you need to, like a do or die scenario, you'll use them to like cut off an attacker. But if it's just a casual thing, it would be like, how dare you use my fabric scissors? How dare you use my fabric scissors on something that's not fabric, like murder? How dare you? He's probably regretting vetoing it last chapter. Vetoing last chapter. Oh, yeah. Hey, Cryptid, got your message. I thought I gave you viewing permission. Alright, okay, so King Cal is Cal Phoenixborn. Okay. I wasn't quite sure. I'm like, man, I don't know who Cal Phoenixborn is. But I don't see it. But yeah, I gave some minor critiques as we went here, just like little things to fix up. But I think one, the biggest that it repeated a few times is that when we see a character, then it's like a mini paragraph describing the character, and it could be broken up a bit more. Yeah, but I don't really think of you as Cal. I see the king first, so I'm like, oh, it's King Cal. So I was confused. And there's also a lot of raccoons now. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, taking care with those character descriptions to break them up a little bit so they flow a bit more naturally. And for the second critique, again, really making sure Barry sounds like a young adult, because sometimes we go back and forth between her sounding like a young adult and her feeling a little bit like a preteen young teenager, like 13, 14-ish. So being consistent in her character. If it's a thing and you just want to make this a YA fantasy and just have her be a teenager, that could absolutely work. But if you do want her to be the 20-year-old, make her feel like that coming of age, she's a young adult. And then otherwise, unless anyone else in chat wants to have any suggestions, I think it's cool. You have a lot of people already coming at them, kind of like forcing them into the plot. Even if there was the fighting of like, no, you're not gonna go off on this epic adventure, you crazy. Well, now they're forced on this epic adventure. Right now, the people are after them. I will say there's some initial hesitance I have with the world building and the fact that everything seems star themed. There's having a theme and a bit and references, and then it can be a little bit too much. The queen and all the ancestors are star constellation people. Everything else is constellation themed. And then there's also, even now present day, everyone's still named after stars and constellations, like Berenike. Her aunt is an Aries. And then there's also the Zodiac Guard, so even the guard, the police of this area is also based off the star signs. Kind of everything, and it could be a little bit confusing on what everyone is named after. So that's why I was like, is she an Aries? Like, is Riri, her name is Aries. She has a tattoo that's an Aries. She has fire powers because she's an Aries and that's a fire sign. And then she's also a Zodiac base guard, which is based off the Zodiac. And I'm going to assume that's also probably an Aries for her. The star stuff is specifically isolated to the Exians. Specifically. Yeah, it's just... It is a lot. It is a lot in the first few chapters. I would be careful with it. I try to balance it a little bit. I'm not saying no, I'm not saying to change it. I'm just saying, like, hey, like, watch out. Little Navi fairy on your shoulder here, like, hey, watch out. Just be careful. It'll sneak up on you when it's too much. It's hard to recognize it. This is a fun critique. Yeah, I really like it, hearing Chatty Matty's stuff. Chatty Matty has a lot of content, so we can kind of keep reading through the chapters, and they actually have a few different projects in this world and other stories too. But I think it's really cool seeing Chatty Matty's world and these characters actually go through it. Hunger Games is stream appropriate, right? If you're talking about like the murder and like the forced like killing of people, then yes. If you're talking, I only read the first book and that was a long ass time ago. I don't remember what happens in the later books. If there's anything like spicy or like sexy that happens, then I'm like, we're not gonna do spicy, sexy stuff. But if you're talking about like murders and stuff, that's like YA or like adult, then yeah, that's fine. That's stream appropriate. But otherwise, thank you, Chatty Matty. I hope some of those comments and critiques helped. Just little things to keep note of. It wasn't really anything big. Nothing big developmental editing wide here, other than the little like caution about like, hey, the Zodiac guards and everything else. There's a lot of Zodiacs, but that's not an actual change yet. It's just a little heads up to handle that carefully. But otherwise, no developmental edits. It was mostly just pointing out smaller little like word choices or some minor line edits, really. So otherwise, this chapter's pretty good. Yeah, do you see, it's Zodiacs are titles, but they're also names, and they're the guards, and they're also people are inspired by them, like the Queen Andromeda. It gets very convoluted very quickly. That's what I'm saying. So just handle it with caution. No spicy stuff so far, and if there are, it won't be read on stream, which is fine. Yep, that's fine. That's the general vibes of it. But otherwise, Chatty Matty, I think you should be really proud of this scene so far. I had like just the little notes here and there, but otherwise I think it's really good from a developmental standpoint. I think you should be really proud of this. So otherwise, let me see what I had here. So that was Chatty Matty chapter 3. I'm going to delete it for now. And again, after stream, if you want me to continue reading, then you just resubmit. But it helps me figure out what we've done and what we haven't done. And I have done that. So otherwise, if Bobicus is still here... Oh, there I am. Yes, you are still here. Would you like us to continue yours today for a few more pages? Okay, but, oh, I like your editing style. You give great feedback. Oh, thank you, wait. I don't know how to handle compliments. Yeah, I typically, if you're familiar with the different types of editing, developmental, line, copy editing, I'm not the best at copy editing, and nor do I want to be. There's rules of grammar and punctuation that will turn your head sideways. They've made up whole new rules about all that stuff. It's a lot. I normally do better in developmental edit suggestions, and I can point out some wonky sentences for line edits. I'm like decent at it, but not the best. So I normally do things in that bigger sphere thing, and I try to do at least 2 edits, and I try to do the 2 suggestions that I feel would be the greatest impact, and that's stuff that you can carry forward in other writing projects, right? Because as writers, we typically work on a lot of different stuff, because that's what we like doing. So having like a one little like spell check note doesn't help you too much in your career. But pointing out something like, hey, if you have a lot of character descriptions here rather than a paragraph, split it up between some action scenes, sprinkle it throughout. That's a writing advice you can take for any project you work on in the future, right? It's the biggest tips to help you that I can think of. You'd like developmental editing, but I feel like I'm better at line copy. Yeah. Good, the developmental is what I'm looking for. Perfect. Also, again, keep in mind, I am not a real editor. I am just a friendly little blue booba person on your screen offering advice. So, the thing, since we do have some new raccoons here today, is always I will give my besto to give advice that works and applies for your particular piece. But you as the writer always know your piece best. So if something I say doesn't apply, then hey, it was free advice given here on stream. You can put that advice in the trash if it doesn't work for you. That is fine. It will never hurt my feelings if you guys don't take my advice, if it just doesn't work with the vision you have in mind. And that's for any editor or critique partner you have. Sometimes they'll give you things that do work, and sometimes there's stuff that like you might disagree with, and it's up to you as the writer to like self-analyze and realize what works and doesn't. So let's see here. So we're also continuing with Baba Kisses today, and you said we left off at my eyes flutter open is the start. Give me a second here. Yes. So he has just been kidnapped by the Elru. Am I remember that right? The Elru elves? Evru elves. And he has been a little bit tricks that he had the witchy lady in the forest, right? Gave him did something, and he was seeing things. He was seeing the true forest. He was like listening to the whisper of the trees. He was feeling every blade of grass in existence. He was going through some stuff there and seeing some creepy stuff. And now he's woken up and he's been kidnapped by the Eru elves. My eyes flutter open, and I am chained to a bed, tended to by an elf witch and an elven man. The man has just finished pouring a potion into my mouth, and I'm straining against the bed, pulling against everything, threatening the frame. I am filled with unendurable heat. What the hell did they give me? What the hell did those bastards give me? Release me! I'm going to throttle you! The rage of the potion fills me, and my mouth moves on its own. What did you put into me, you tree-humping, twig mockery of a man? I'll break you in half. The twig mockery of man jumps back. You move like a son of a dryad. Are your knees too full of sap, or is that just your mother's cradle basket? And you, witch! This is your brew, is it not? I'm gonna take every twisted remedy you've got in here and shove them down your throat until you're foaming from both ends. I'm going to. You sure? The energy drains from me. I'm still upset, but the fighting no longer seems worth the effort. I want to sleep again. I want to drift. I want this to be over. The witch comes over to the bedside. We all do, dear. We're doing the best we can to find a cure. Find a cure for what? The sleeping sickness, of course. I take a moment to process this. Am I sick? The witch returns to her tinctures. I stare at the ceiling, counting leaf shingles. I rise, free from my shackles, going through the roof. The forest is an ocean before me, and I know every tree in this unfathomable horizon. My mother cradles me in her arms and sings me a song, such as it is, filled with caws and scrannel notes. My arm is in a sling. She can make me better. Oh, that's really creepy compared to the earlier scene with the little vision of the boy you had who was hurting the bird and was like, I can make her better. Oh, this is creepy. I don't want to be better. I want to stop waking up, spitting fury at my two torturers and then falling asleep again, dreaming about sleeping. Dreaming about waking up, then waking up from that and spitting fury and waking up again. Do I hate them? I hate waking up. They're dosing me with stimulants and hoping one will stick. Crude, or elf medicine. Some days the stimulants last and we're forced to endure each other's presence for longer than either party would like. I have the sleeping sickness. I wake up gently for once. I test my restraints once more and a sharp pain shoots through my arms. I look down and they've been bandaged up, wrist to elbow. The male attendant shouts something to the witch, and she rushes over with delicate steps. I recognize enough Elvish to hear the word for cold iron. I also recognize take them out, which concerns me. The male attendant uses a knife to cut open my bandages. Down a gel line of magically clotted blood, needles of iron lay flat in my open veins. There's the bandage down a gel line of magically clotted blood. Needles of iron lie flat in my open. So they've sliced open the veins, and the needles aren't sticking up, but they're like horizontal. They're lying flat in the open veins. Okay, I got it. I caught up. He cast a small spell on my scalpel and runs it down my arm, down the clot line. The clots recede and blood stains my arms, dripping out of me. Nausea overwhelms. I take every pain to keep still for him. I may be here unwillingly, but I'm going to cooperate when it's in my best interest. His work is quick, and he's got the needles out of my left arm in seconds. He casts a small spell and runs his finger down my arm, creating that same gel seal that was there before. He grabs a seat to the right side of me, tools ready. Wait, not yet. Give me a second to recover. I know he speaks common, but he chooses not to hear me. He's cutting me open again. I'm gritting my teeth and clenching my fists, breathing hard, eyes shut. This, it's just a suggestion, it's not an edit. So it's just up to you. But like here, like I know he speaks common, but he chooses not to hear me. Right after that one, it would be great to have one of the insults he was hurling earlier about like twig humping, twig mockery of a man, like bastard owls. All like one of the insults here, just being like, oh damned elf. He's cutting me open again. I'm gritting my teeth and clenching my fist, breathing hard, eyes shut. Just give me a second, you absolute fuck. Your mother's cradle basket was my favorite one. My right arm wets with blood, and I feel on the edge of throwing up. I close my eyes tighter and focus on deepening, controlling my breathing. With every twinge of movement from the needles, I tense more tightly and hyperventilate. I bring my breathing back and lose control. Bring it back and lose control again. Bring it back again. All the color drains out of my face. All the sensation drains out of my body. I wake up gently. My arms are still bandaged. The witch is still here. That merciless twiggy bastard is still here. I love this one. That's great. Listen here. I'm not going to be treated like this. I don't know what makes you think you have the right. The witch responds, we're done with you here. You're cured. Your sentencing is today. What? Just what I said. You're cured. Your sentencing is today. I'm being sentenced? After all I've been through? Of course. You trespassed on our land. You will be judged. Don't tell me you don't know the law, fur traveler. I sit in silence for some moments. I'm resigned, but curious. How did you cure me? That will remain a secret of the elves, until the Empire pays us for the cure. Is it cold iron? To some degree, though it is a little more complex than that. She laughs as if she's just told herself a joke. Two willowy elves come in. They are shorter and broader than the other elves, but still thin and wan by human standards. Wan? I don't know how to say that. They undo my restraints, freeing my legs and detaching my arm restraints from the bed. Restraints and restraints is repeated twice in the same sentence. Just be aware of that. You might want to remove one of them. Oh, and then restraints again. My arm restraints bind me to my captors as they lead me to an assembly of elves. The elf who heard my story so long ago presides. Gonna eat dinner now. Lurky lurk. Have a good dinner, decaffeinated. He speaks. The Evru are not a forgiving race of elves. We are a proud people, the last of the elves to end our wars on humankind, and before us stands a representative of our hated enemy. The elves in assembly are stone-faced. Perhaps they wear some expression of fury in the arch of their brows, or the angle of their ears, but I cannot see it. Cold, unfeeling bastards. The elf continues. The sentence for the crime of trespassing in our lands is death. He has trespassed. He has admitted his trespass. There can be no other sentence. All in favor, say aye. The assembly is unanimous. Aye. The speaker looks at me. Summon the executioner. An elf in the crowd stands up, looks around for a moment, gauging something. He speaks. I request a deferment. Even I can see the twinge in the sentencer's eyes, in the blah, 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 in the sentencer's eye when he hears this. On what grounds? He has seen the lady, and he is not bound by her oaths. The crowd falls silent. I request a deferment of 10 days, to be extended to 100 years, provided he kills the Lady of the Forest. Men are cowards. You can't expect him to willingly return to us when he fails to kill her. I don't imagine I'll be able to convince you, Haven, but there is an opportunity before us, and I see no reason to let it slip through our grasp. Put it to a vote. I invoke my right. Hello, Mothman. It's good to see you. Pathan returns his face to a cool mask. All in favor of deferring the execution of a sentenced trespasser, say aye. The ayes trickle through the crowd. A smatter at first, a few more, and then a deluge. Nays? In unison, a small crowd shouts, Nay! The ayes have it. The Eru give me an amulet of strange iron, cold and dead in my hands. My mind feels strange as I take it, feel its weight, but the strangeness disappears as I wear the inert talisman. It's the largest lump of cold iron I've ever seen. They tell me I'll need it to kill the lady. I like this. I like the way this trial worked. Very, very cool. I like the flow of what they were doing here and why they kept him alive. So let's see, we have half a page, 2. Okay, we actually don't have much more left. We might be able to finish this. Let's see. I head to Cindersnap, looking for trails through the forest left by the parents making their weekly pilgrimage to see their children. The forest floor is clean, as though no creature has passed over it. Here with the commas, no man, comma, no creature, I feel like it shouldn't be just commas. I feel like one of them should be a semicolon or something. But again, I'm not the best copy editor, so take it with a grain of salt. Maybe find someone who's a little bit better at the laws and technicality and rules. No desire pass, no animal trails. Fey magic. Why did I say that funny? Blah, 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 blah. Fey magic. I cross over Cindersnap again and again, looking for any sign of the lady or of her visitors, but nothing comes. Curious. This, fun fact, is my favorite way of spelling Fey. There's like hundreds of ways to spell Fey and fairies and stuff. There's like a lot of versions of it. This one's my favorite. Magic must be protecting the lady from me, but she must see the parents of the children. A simple enough solution. I'll just have to shadow parents coming to see their children. Here, it's not technically wrong. Just children is repeated pretty closely together in the same paragraph. I don't think I'd notice it just from reading, but saying it aloud, I do notice that it's kind of close together. I head back to Herbifort. Herbifort is unwell. The thin trade of this season's roumage and the continual trauma of the sleeping sickness has left the whole place haggard and worn down. The gate is wide open when I arrive. No guards are present. The streets are thick with weeds. The people walk slowly with their gazes fixed upon the ground. I wait outside the gates, sitting against a boulder. I drift in and out of sleep as I wait, relaxed but ready. When a couple exits the town, their faces forlorn and their gait dragging, I perk up. These are my targets. I lean against my boulder as they pass, looking as disinterested as I can manage. When I've given them 30 seconds to pass me, I turn around and begin walking in the same direction. Things look right. They're heading to Cindersnap. When they reach Cindersnap, however, their confusion mounts and my confidence wanes. Again, Cindersnap is repeated pretty close. The trailless forest is back, and my companions notice it immediately. Rather, they notice that they have no idea where to go. I walk out of the brush where I've been hiding and introduce myself. "Are you looking for the lady?" I ask. They remain silent, but the expressions on their face are a mixture of shock and hopefulness. "She's not here today. You'll have to check again tomorrow, or the next day." They look at one another, silently, before one of them thanks me. They turn to leave. I try to look calm and stoic as I watch what was my best chance at finding the lady walk away. I plan to follow them tomorrow, of course, and the day after, but I have few plans to find the lady. All who have seen her are sworn to secrecy. I'll need to contact someone with more knowledge of Fey magic to find out how to proceed. I drop a message at the bar. It'll take 2 weeks to arrive. No use. I'm dead in 9 days if they ever find me. The bartender laughs when I ask her if it's possible to flee the Avru. They produce some of the finest sharpshooters in this part of the world, honey. Wherever you could travel from here, an Ewu will be waiting, ready to cut you down as you walk down the gangplank from sea to shore. I finish my drink. Dregs lie at the bottom. A bad bottle and a bad omen. On the 4th day of following the family, the lady reveals herself. Her voice is the babble of a spring brook. Welcome. I am oath-bound to let you see your child once a week. I am making good on our agreement. The parents make as if to speak, but no sound comes out. And you are similarly oath-bound not to reveal my secrets to strangers. Since a sharpshooter cuts you down, doesn't necessarily feel right, in my opinion. Still good nonetheless. Oh, let's go back. Ready to cut you down. Maybe ready to shoot you down? Would that fit better? That might be a quick little easy fix. Ready to shoot you down. Not to reveal my secrets to strangers. Sensing my cue, I come out of the bush. The lady reaches down beneath her and picks a boy who was not there a moment ago. Some deeper knowledge tells me that the boy had always been there, just unnoticed. She speaks. You have come to kill me, have you not? I pull out a dagger from my belt. The father rushes forward, but when I turn and face him with the knife, his courage fails. The lady begins to sing or chant. I turn to her, anticipating another enchantment. The child in her arms begins to convulse. I rush forward to grab the child from her, but she steps back. She says, You're so eager to save this child. But this is just the end stage of the sickness. The condition they would all be in, if not for me. She sings another few notes, and the convulsions stop. Tell me, how many children would you kill to save yourself? I can help these children. Have been helping these children. Let me do my work. The elves have a cure. I crouch, ready to spring forward and drive my dagger into her. The elves have a treatment. You're still sick. She laughs as she signs an arcane sigil. I drop, sinking into a familiar inky blackness. Instinctively, I reach for my I reach for my amulet, but my mind blanks and my hand drops. I wake up in our fort in the inn. I check my coin pouch, and it is no lighter. My dagger is still with me. I stumble out of my room and make my way to the innkeeper. How did I get here? A man and a woman coming from Cindersnap brought you. They paid your room's rent as well. There should be quotation mark thingamajiggy right here in the beginning. This is strange. I have done them no favors. I asked the innkeeper, do you know why? The innkeeper says, they say they did so in the name of the lady. So, what was my life or the lady's? And what was my life worth compared to hers? Could I save those children or even give their parents the meager comfort of waking them once a week? No. I unclasp the amulet from my neck and feel the weight of my task in my hands once again. I'm resolved to leave it here with the bartender, perhaps to die to an Eru sharpshooter. I cannot do what they have asked of me. This 2 lines here, it was my life or the lady's, and what was my life worth compared to hers. I'm a little confused with it being here. It seems odd for it. But like one or the other of them has to die, which I get like the bargain with the Eru elves, right? The elves are like, hey, either you die or you kill the lady. I get that. I feel like maybe that should have been mentioned earlier. And what was my life worth compared to hers? I don't know. To me, it just seems a little odd here. So it's not a full like suggestion to edit, but it feels a little odd to me. I unclasp the amulet from my neck and feel the weight of my task in my hands once again. Oh wait, I already read that. I cannot do what they have asked of me. What is this? As I hold the strange lump of metal in my hands, the blackness within me recedes in my mind. Memories come flooding back, the black ichor, and depositing it in the river, of meeting the lady for the first time in the night, the day that I had found the strange wooden sculptures. So yeah, again, see, since this is all the commas, I think this one, like how here's a semicolon, I think right here might also be a semicolon. But again, not the best. Take it with a grain of salt. I get up from the bar and travel upriver, searching for a now remembered place. I clutch the amulet tightly and slowly piece together the fractured memories. The lady speaks to me. Sink with me, trapper, into sleep unending, of suffering dissipated into dreamless slumber. She holds in her hands a small bucket and offers it to me. I take it from her. The memory of placing the bucket in the river replays within my mind, and I curse. I reach into the river to remove the hateful bucket, and this time I do not fall in, do not drink the waters of the sleeping sickness. I have removed the bucket. I have not... expurgated my sin? Is that how you say it? It is time to see the lady once more. So we had the memories come flooding back. We remember the meeting of the lady, the day that you found the strange wooden sculptures. We do remember all of that, so that's fine. I get up from the bar and travel upriver, searching for a now remembered place, touching the amulet. Here the lady speaks to you. I'm assuming like in his mind, right? That he's hearing the lady in his head. Here, I'm wondering, is this a vision? Is the lady actually there? Is this part of the memory? If it is the memory, maybe the spacing has to be a little bit better. In the past, in the memory. Okay, so this part is the memory. In that case, I would try to clarify. Oh, you already think you know how to fix it? That's fine, that's fine. I walk into the forest and a path presents itself. What's this? Hey, look, it's you. It's you in the document. I'll highlight it so you can find it easily. There you go. Let's see. Now, with memories clear and the amulet in my hand, I reach into the river to remove the hateful bucket. And this time I do not fall in. Do not drink the waters of the sleeping sickness. Okay, so that part's clear. This is the present. It's this part, though, that I was like, wait, I'm a little confused. Is this a memory? Because this is a memory. This, I was unsure if it's the memory or not, or if it's happening again. You thought you had to mod today? Hey, well, if you don't, then hey, more free time for you, right? And again, you don't have to fix it right now. It's just a place to note, because I know sometimes trying to do a fix on the fly live on stream, right? That's a lot. It's not always going to happen. But like, just make a little note of it. You can highlight it if you want to, and just know that you had to come back to that area, maybe just to put in. Yeah. I walk into the forest and a path presents itself. I follow and it leads directly to the lady's clearing. Clutching my amulet and holding it in front of me, I approach. I wasn't expecting to see you again. Have you decided that your life is worth? I take out my dagger and slash it across her face. The cut heals right before my eyes. I'm too angry to be shocked. I've come to kill you, monster. Monster? How dare you? I have done more for this forest. You poisoned them. I don't know what you mean. You brewed the black eager. You made the children sick in the first place. I did no such thing. I care for these children. Her voice is hollow now, her clothes radiant. Her eyes are glowing amber and shine with tears. I care for these children. I do, not you. The lady meets my glare and signs. I drop, the lady's arms carrying me, weightless. Something cold burns against my chest, and I go to tear my amulet from my neck. I want to throw it away and fall deeper into the lady's arms, but my stomach revolts at the thought. I grip the ice that is like fire tighter in my hand. Oh, I'm still good. I grip the ice that is like fire tighter in my hand, and the chill rejects the warm embrace of the lady. I wake up and see the lady of the forest right in front of me. I rip the amulet off of my neck and run my dagger through her stomach. Shining yellow liquid pours forth, burning my hands as I touch it. I shove my amulet into her stomach and clutch my hand in pain as her blood burns me. In moments, she falls, gripping her stomach as the wound heals over the amulet, sealing it in. Take it out! Take it out! I'm the only one who could save them. I step on her chest. What is the cure, monster? Only I could save them. Only me. Only me. Tell me the cure if you want to live. But it has to be me. Don't you understand? I'm their savior. Only me. She screams. Foam dribbles out of her mouth and her radiance fades. I kneel down next to her. Just give me the cure. Please, I'm begging you. She screams out one last wretched cry of pain. The lady folds into broken shimmers of magic, leaving the amulet lying in the grass, cold and unaffected. The air scintillates. Am I saying that one right? And sleeping children appear in small piles around the clearing. The leaves of the tea are waiting by the spring. I'll brew a pot for the children while I wait for someone to find me. If the lady was telling the truth about the failure of the elf's treatment, this tea is the closest thing we've got to a cure. There's nothing for it. The Fae will do as they will, and we in the Outlands must endure. Scintillates. Scintillates. Okay, so the C part there is silent. Scintillates. Commodities are not needed tonight for Castle. Hey, Chatty Matty, you're free. You can just hang out and relax. So is that, Babacus, you can let us know, is this the end of the short story, or is this just like the end of the chapter and there's secretly more? You don't have to share with us the ending or anything if there is more, or is this just like this is the completed piece? End of short story. Okay. So with that in mind, even though I love the bird, I love the story with God, what was the bird's name? Theosilla. Right, Theosilla was like really well written. I like the dynamics there. I originally had the thought Theosilla was gonna come back and play a role. Like she's mentioned in the beginning, we kind of don't see her in the middle. But actually she's never present again except for the beginning part, just as a little interesting bit. So I'm wondering if there was a plot reason for Theosilla, or if there's a way to weave her in, because I don't want you to get rid of her. I think she's really well written and she's well interesting. She's very captivating. That story is. I just wish there was a way to maybe sneak her in back here towards the end of the story. She sort of does thematically as not Theosilla. She could reappear, but again, you could even just have the not Theosilla just be a bird, and that entire scene would play out the exact same. Theosilla herself is actually not plot relevant, even though she's really cool, and then the not Theosilla would just be a bird that creepy child figure would be like, I can fix it, and then it like breaks the wing and stuff and like is taking care of it for weeks and weeks, and the same plot would happen. That's what I'm saying. I don't want you to get rid of Theosilla. I'm just saying maybe there is a way with all the elves and the fey magic and stuff to reincorporate Theosilla at the end. That way she is like not just a cool little tidbit at the beginning. She's I'll give it a think. Yeah, even if like the elves, because they are like such high beings of the forest. I don't know if in this world for your short story if the elves can talk with animals or not, but maybe even Theosilla is like a witness at the thing, and she's like, no, that's my person, let it be, like, no, and she's like the singular person like cawing at the thing, and all the elves are like, why are we giving a vote to the bird? The bird's outvoted. And then that one elf who asked like, oh hey, yeah, let's let him kill the lady, right, the witchy lady. He like Theosilla, he might be like, I'm gonna be a lawyer elf on behalf of Theosilla. let's let this dude, if he can kill the lady, then he can live and go back and be a caretaker of Theosilla for 100 years. That might be cute. Yeah, that's just spaghetti. Again, you don't have to use it. I'm just giving ideas, but just having that really cool character that you have the whole backstory of, right? I think it was like the most backstory, because we actually don't know our narrator's name. We actually just know his thoughts and his relationship to Theosilla. That's kind of what defines this character. So I think Theosilla coming full circle and being more plot relevant at the end would make this tidy up a bit better, because I was actually reading the end and I was waiting. I was like, oh, Theosilla's gonna come back. That was the only part I didn't like. I'm like, oh, Theosilla's like a little loose hanging thread here. And then, so that's the really only developmental edit I can think of as far as like plot and story structure. I don't really think, I feel like all the other characters were pretty good. I feel like the lady, right, she's this crazy fey witchy lady in the woods. She's caused the sleeping sickness. It ends on a cliffhanger. We don't know if the children will ever actually be fully cured, but I think that's fine. I think that works for this story and this vibe. So I don't want to take away from that. I think that's good. Let's see here. I am wondering. So initially, the lady can hide the past in the forest. Did the whole care is harm theme come through with the trapper and Theosilla, Cardensen and not Theosilla, and then the lady and the children? That is interesting. That is interesting. Care as harm theme. So I liked Theosilla. The Theosilla with the narrator story was very interesting. He's talking about like, I don't know if it's right or not. She just decided not to leave. You know, what can you do when you do feel that way? I felt that was interesting and complex. I feel like if Theosilla is incorporated more throughout, like towards the end, maybe that imagery would be a bit stronger. This isn't the buffet at Applebee's. Hello, Creative One. It's good to see you. The not Theosilla Cardensen was definitely interesting, right? Just the, I would say that had the spooky vibes. And as far as like, oh yeah, like this person is like, yeah, he fixed it, but he broke it in the first place, right? And that's repeated with the lady, and she's curing the children, but she caused the sickness in the first place. So I feel like the Cardensen and not Theosilla, and then the lady and the children, those two both represent the Kara's harm, because they both originally hurt their intended, but then they think it's fine because they're like, no, but I fixed it. So I think that is good, but connecting it to Theosilla and our narrator, I'm not quite sure. But I like, and that fits in with me with like, that's why I said I like fae stories and magic and elves, because they do have that weird and slightly wrong feeling morality and senses and rules compared to how we perceive rules and reality in the world. And I think that in your case you used it both for the creepy aspect and for harm and law and judgment, right? We have the lady being like, no, I'm their savior, I'm taking care of them. I think maybe if hold on, I'm thinking, hold on, there's a thought brewing. She does say, I care for these children. I do, not you. But care can mean both like she's affectionate of them, like she holds them near in her heart, and also she's physically caring for them. It has that double meaning. I wonder if then to further that idea, maybe at some point here in her dying ramble, she mentions like, no, I love them. I'm fixing them. I love them. And it's just that creepy horror of like, she's like, no, I love them. You're hurting them if you hurt me. I think I could take out the hiding the past scenes and lengthen the end scene. I don't think you need to take it out. I was just wondering the logistics, because she is capable so far in this present version of it. She is capable of hiding the past, and so he has to keep following the family until she is like fae magic contractually obligated to open a path for him to follow the family so they can see her children. I thought that was very smart. But then later on, without following a family, he takes out the poison from the river, and then the path just opens up and he's able to see the lady herself. So she let him come and meet her in that final scene where he then kills her. So I was like, I wonder why, plot-wise, the lady let him come to her. She could have just kept hiding. I would listen Applebee's. I don't think we have any in Pittsburgh, though. The snow is not gonna let you go anywhere. Oh no. Yeah, so seeing some of the snow stuff happening all over is crazy. I'm a little Florida cryptid over here. It's actually, you guys are gonna hate me. It was actually a little bit hot today. We were complaining it was too hot. I'm so sorry. It was arrogance and hubris mostly, in my mind. Okay. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just the lady let him do it. She was like, yeah. But just in case, if it was a plot hole and you hadn't thought of it, I just wanted to point it out. But yeah, if it's just in the lady's mind and she's like, no, yeah, I'm just gonna let him come to me now that he's messed with my poison. That works. But it was just something I wanted to point out, just in case. But yeah, otherwise, I think the main developmental edit would just be thinking over these scenes and seeing if you could incorporate the bird again. And I think that would make this all come full circle and feel a little bit more intentional start to end, because otherwise the bird feels like just a loose end that never gets brought up again. There was ice in one of the Texas Buddies area? Buddies area. I don't know what a Buddies is. But otherwise, besides for that little recommendation, I think plot-wise all the characters are pretty good. I love the different cultures between the humans and the merchants all being worried about their kids and dealing with this skirmish with the elves and the fairies, and the elves just being like, yeah, well, we can technically use it, but they're being very, they have their rules, and they are not about to go bending and breaking some of these rules just for like some random human, even though that we initially want them to, like, no, this is our guy, this is our narrator, let him go. And they have to think of how to use him. I think those two different cultures, and then again, the creepiness, the creepy otherness of the Fae stuff, I think is handled really well. I can't really think of anything else developmental-wise, like plot restructuring things. I think that's the only one. So then that was my first critique, it's just that one developmental edit idea with the bird. And then as my second critique, I would, because I think your dialogue is really strong. I've mentioned it before, your dialogue is one of your strongest features. Don't worry, it's enough work. Well, just as a little note, this is more of like a line edit or something to carry through in this work and others. I would say having more physical descriptions sometimes in the later half of some of these characters we're meeting. And not even just the characters, but the setting too. There's a few places where I'm like, oh, you could add in a few more like sensors of what the place around him looks like. So like we get the idea, like, oh, he's in this place when he's being cured by the elves, tortured / cured by the elves. That there's the woman witch elf, and then there is the male elf, and they're holding him down, testing him, and doing all this stuff, and we know what his restraints look like and how they're doing stuff in the medicine. But even when he had that more clear moment with the nails, like he wasn't waking up screaming in rage at them, I feel like even taking that moment to breathe and like looking up, what does the ceiling look like? Is it made out of twigs? Is it made out of deer skin? Is it a living tree that's like made a house inside of itself for him? Like what does the ceiling look like? That would be like a detail to focus on before he slips back under. Are the elves wearing jewelry as they're like torturing him? Does he like finally like catch a glimpse of like the earrings that they wear, jewels that mankind doesn't have access to? Something like that. Not those specific details, but like leaf shingles, but that description came late. Yeah, but you're like, what does that look like? But leaf shingles are the outside of a house. Inside, is it sticks? Is it logs? We had the earlier description of the lady when we first met her, when we first saw her, and then here we had descriptions of like her blood that's burning him, and then her becoming more radiant. But what does she look like beseechingly at him at any of these lines? Is her hair like falling around in perfect curls around her? Is she reaching? Just some more descriptions plopped in, like just little droplets here and there, in between the dialogue and the technical actions of what they're doing. We have the physical descriptions of what is happening to them, right? Ripping amulets off my neck, stabbing her, having the dialogue, kneeling down next to her, screaming, children appearing, like the physical stuff is happening, and then there's the dialogue, but having just a little sprinkling every now and again of what he's physically seeing. But otherwise, that's the only real line I can think for the late half. I think the first half, I didn't have that thing. I think in the first half it was pretty good. I think it's really just these last pages that I'm like, yeah, just a little nibble, just a little sprinkle, little spice. Not too much, just a little bit. And I think that would be like, if this is like a level 9, that brings it up to the level 10 writing, right? Just that little extra detail. And yeah, those are my 2 critiques for you. But otherwise, I love this short story. This is absolutely something I would have read on my own, even if this hadn't been submitted. This is right up my alley. So yeah, just one developmental edit, and then just that one little idea for like, hey, sprinkle in some more little physical details. But otherwise, this was great. I love the story. And yeah, I think it is really good world building so far. For a short story, there was a lot of world building, which can be difficult to handle and juggle without going into a lore dump. but this was handled pretty well for the amount of lore you had in how many, in 16 pages. It was handled really well, very naturally. So I think that was perfect, and I would love to see if you have any longer works, bigger stories you're working on. This level of world building would work very well in bigger projects, and being handled in this way would work great. So that's my notes. So thank you so much for submitting, and I hope my critiques have helped you on this, because it's a great story. So if I can help make it in any way, even just a smidge better, then dude, this is fantastic. But otherwise, thank you so much, Bobicus. And that is the end of my critique for that. Gotta get my Google Docs ready here. Let's see here. Otherwise, I think that means I get rid of Bobicus's thing here. Solaris. Edit to the sleeping cure. Yep, so I can delete that, because we did read that. Delete that message. And then it looks like Cal Phoenix, I think you said that you fixed it. I do, and I'm working on a new one. I'll have an outline for you next time. What? Oh my goodness, that's so exciting. I love going through a good outline. I realized that. I'm like, oh, like working at the outline stage, it's a lot easier to do those bigger fixes. Chatty Matty submitted outlines that I gave some suggestions on. I feel like Author Relic has also given us outline, and I feel like one or two other raccoons have given me outlines over the time, and I'm like, oh, this is like really nice and easy just to see it all like kind of at a glance, and be able to point out like early things or early plot holes now before like the hard heavy lifting of the writing comes in. I think an outline coded. Yeah, let me pull up so Cal Phoenixburg Hunger Games. Oh, I didn't mean to close that, but anyway, whatever. Let's get rid of that. How is the view? Oh, hey, it's a little. Nope, that's not it. Need to get my screen. That looks better, so you can see the full thing. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I accidentally closed Discord, so I need to reopen it. There. And reopen this. And reopen this. Okay, okay. Go. I told you guys of the animal farm, and I was the one person, because in the book we were reading out loud for class. We were each taking turns, and the sheep are supposed to when they say 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, it's described in the book as they baa when saying the bad. And so I had read ahead, and I knew that was happening. My turn to read in class happened to be the first time they were like going to say that line. So nobody in class was expecting it, but when I was there in high school and I was reading the line, I went, yeah, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. Everyone in class freaked out. I'm not saying it's a good bot. I'm just saying I committed to the bit because that's what was in the story, okay? I was trying my best. Everyone freaked out. And the teacher actually, every time then, for the rest of the class or two when we were reading that book, every time it was the sheep saying it, he like stopped and he would switch over to me, and so I had to do the 4 legs good, 2 legs bad with the little goat ba. Even if you do something bad, if you commit to a bit, if you like try your best, if you actually like commit to something, even if it's not like it's half-assed, it's not the best ba sound, it's still it's still really funny. And then we have mine. We styled the Princess Pleiades. Yep. OMG, be gentle. Okay, everyone, get your pitchforks out. We're gonna tear this apart. No, I'm kidding. Is this... King Cal, remind me, is this your first submission? Is it your first one? Because normally if it's a first submission, I just stay the 2. If you submitted with us before, I might like make 1 or 2 other notes. But otherwise, I'll just keep to the 2. You might submit your updated lore page at some point in the future. That would be cool. They might enjoy this instead of my half a chapter of my Zodiac novella. Everyone's doing Zodiac stuff. Oh my goodness. But no, it's whatever you guys want to submit. I always try my best to read it. Like, even Sir Chatty Matty, right? Like, Chatty Matty's doing a sci-fi fantasy, and I admit, like, oh, I'm not the best at sci-fi, but I'll like, do my best at it. And it's still enjoyable, and I still really try to, like, lock in and give you guys, like, good advice. I'm not sure, but Castle might raid. Not sure, though. Well, we'll see. No pressure. It's all good. So this is Hunger Games, A Tale of Maps and Feathers. Chapter 1, The Reaping. So, again, if this is a Hunger Games fanfic, please forgive me, because it has been a long time since I read Hunger Games. Oh my goodness. Incoming raid at some point. This is technically the second, but the first you'll read. Oh, was yours? Remind me, was yours the Marauders? I think I kept asking you. I'm like, oh, is Cal Phoenix Born in? And then I never heard from him, so I'm like, oh, okay. I was waiting for you to be on, I think, at the time when I was trying to read it. I think that was the mix-up. I'll be lenient. Thank you for your forgiveness. So Chapter 1, The Reaping. Pan Am District 3. The 28th ADD Post-Apocalyptic United States. Pantheon 90. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff. And same with, you'll hear me give this comment to Chatty Matty too. Sometimes having an overly long time description can be a little bit off-putting. It's not bad. I know a lot of genres too, like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, they do it. But when it's too long and convoluted, it can be a little like little off-putting. So let's see here. An ornate organ version of the Capitol's anthem plays over an old-fashioned color TV. Dust blowing off with the rabbit ears from the ceiling fan above. Oh, let us know, Kinko. Is this a script? Or is this just a plot outline? Let me know in the chat what it is. A tin cylinder of electronic parts suddenly falls off the mahogany table, crashing onto the floor with a huge crash. So, crashing and crash is repeated twice. That's just a minor fix, though. God damn it, kid. Watch what you're doing. Is it Avernay? Avernay? No, it's a novella. Okay. So this looks like it's normal paragraphs up ahead. Is there a reason for like the stage directions here? Okay. Avernay, a crotchety old man, yelled, perched high above the messy storage space below from his workshop. Sorry, boss, I said habitually while still focusing on the TV. Districts, it is now time for the annual reaping for the 28th Annual Hunger Games. All eligible children between 12 and 18 are to report to your district square for reaping. A poor mock voice of President Snow chimed over an image of Pan Am's flag. Attendance for all able-bodied citizens is mandatory, and viewership by all is mandatory. Good luck to all, and may the odds be ever in your favor. My eyes couldn't roll themselves harder if I tried. I hurried over to a nearby mirror to check once more if I was still presentable in my chosen attire. Aside from my black blazer being riddled with prehistoric dust that accumulated in the creases of the numerous packed metal cylinders of electronics that I frequently sorted through for salvageable parts, everything seemed to be in order. So this one is a little bit of a run-on sentence right here. Just as a note, you might want to split it up a bit. Never use numbers unless it's date. Spell out the numbers otherwise. I didn't even know that. See, that's why I say I'm not the best at the copy or the line edits, because I don't always know rules like that. So thank you for the tip, Chatty Matty. Pinstripe slacks? Check. Leather boots properly shined? Check. Everything seemed fine besides my auburn-colored hair needing to be properly gussied up. I was ready. Wait, where's my lucky pin? Ahem, a voice spoke, directing my gaze upward. Averny stood above, looming downward, pointing at my nearby desk. My pin was in its usual spot, leaning against the desk lamp, gold trim bathing in the nearby sunlight. I sighed a breath of relief. My lucky family interlude had gotten me this far. 6 years, 5 reapings, my name hasn't been called. Just this last reaping, and I've never have to worry about dying in those games. I am as pro-capital as they come, but I can't bring myself to die for them, not in that way. Thanks, boss. Well, I am ready. See you soon, hopefully. Is interlude the correct word? I was thinking heirloom, like an heirloom. Heirloom. Don't. See, this is why you shouldn't even listen to me. I'm missing a bullshit even when I'm trying to give advice. But I would think heirloom. An interlude, though. I'm not saying it's the wrong word. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't have thought to put it there. For dialogue, unless the person is like really uppity and like upper class, unless it's part of their character, normally for dialogue, we can use contractions, right? So in this case, it's well, I'm ready. I apostrophe am. Don't. Okay, focus. I'm gonna take a sippy of water and we're gonna focus. See you soon, hopefully. Hold on, kid. Let me get down there, Averny said, slowly scuttling down the stairs from his quarters. Slow was the word I didn't have all day. Maybe this is supposed to be too? Once he reached me, he placed his wrinkled, liver-spotted hand on my shoulder with a tinge of difficulty. I was a decently tall lad, and he was a short, stout old-timer. No matter what happens, it has been an honor. Good luck, my boy, he smiled, without opening his indentured mouth. I was taken aback at Averny's uncharacteristic tenderness and tact. I could only deliver a small smile with nonverbal thanks. Now get going, Averny continued, the tenderness all but gone, his hand no longer on my shoulder. Don't forget you need to close up shop in time for curfew. I chuckled softly, turned and walked out the door, hanging bell ringing as I did, out into my destiny. Indentured. I'm thinking like indentured servitude. Is that... Yeah, I'm not sure that's the right word there. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe it's indentured mouth. With that, we're on chapter 2 already. Oh my goodness, that was quick. Chapter 2, where was all my luck? What was the first one? Chapter 1, the reaping. Okay. Chapter 2, where was all my luck? Numerous fellow citizens bustled down one of the many busy streets of my home, District 3. An occasional peacekeeper littered throughout the dense crowd, ushering the crowd forward. Dentured. Okay, yeah, like having dentures. Yeah, but indentured is like a slave. It's indentured servitude. It's like a slave, or like a person who's working for you for free. But that's different than indentured. The indentured is like the free work. Where was I? Fuck. Hold on, I lost my place. Hold on. Calibrating. Funny, the crowd outnumbered them at least 5-1, but still we wouldn't stand a chance. I stepped off the front porch of my place of employment, Averney's repair shop, proudly presented in blue font, above, alongside your various tech products repaired here, proudly in business for over 25 years. Proudly and proudly. I was lucky to work here instead of the various chip and circuit production factories around the district. This spared me the breathing problems and asthma that came with working there. It was an uncharacteristically sunny day, with the blue sky visible high above. Normally the blue sky and sun was blotted out by all the smog the factories produced. I walked a little further down the road amongst the crowd, a seemingly endless barbed wire fence to my side, a grassy meadow on the other side. Side and side. Several minutes passed as I finally reached the district square. I was lucky. I lived nearby. I couldn't imagine living in the outskirts of the district, hustling just to get to the reaping ceremony and getting arrested by peacekeepers, being shoved into capital vans just for not making it in time. Sorry, you're spell checking along. It's all good. I'm just pointing things out, right? Because I never want you guys to be like, if I notice things, I try to point it out, even though I'm not the best at it. I never want you guys to be like, oh, Cryptid edited my work, it's all perfect. And then someone else points out, like, no, there's still this, and this here. And then they're like, oh, Cryptid didn't correct my one word here when she could have. Jail for Cryptid. Jail for 1,000 years. Like, no, I try to point it out for you guys. It's not a big thing, right? Because this is a critique circle, right? We're here to do those little fixes. Yeah, even Chatty Batty doesn't give perfect advice, see? And it all applies, right? But we're trying to point out things the best we can. Where was it? Just for not making it in time. I was directed into a line of other district kids and teens that seemed to take forever to go forward until it was my turn. Finger, please? A white-robed Capitol female asked. I obliged. A small prick drew blood, to which I stamped my bloody fingerprint on various articles of bureaucratic paperwork. You were in the 16 to 18 age group. Good day, the female said, ushering me away as if I was annoying her somehow. Is it part, and you can, this could be part of it, right? Is it part of their personality, people from the Capitol? Not from the Capitol. Okay, I'm gonna open my mouth and my brain's gonna work this time. My brain's gonna work. Is it part of the personality of our protagonist here for them to say female instead of just like woman? Female does feel a little bit unnatural, and sometimes saying it like that does have bad connotations, but to be a female? No, to like look at a human woman and go, oh yes, this female has talked with me today. This female is guiding me along and ushering me through and telling me things. You would say, oh no, like a woman from the Capitol. The woman like ushered me through. The woman, you would say woman instead of female. Yeah, woman. And if it's younger, you could say girl. Yeah. But this person is a teenager, so unless the woman is also a teenager, you wouldn't normally say girl. You don't say girl if it's like younger than you. But normally you would say woman. Female sounds very like incels. In modern day, if you're wondering why incels say female. No, that's the way I say things. Good catch. Oh my god. Be really careful. Don't go around in real life calling them females. Don't do that. That's incel-like. Oh my goodness. If you're being scientific, like if you're like a scientist studying like people, like animals and creatures, you could be like, oh yes, the female rats exhibited this behavior and the male rats exhibited this behavior instead. You can do it scientifically, and that then makes sense. But if you're doing casually, like in everyday life, you're just a casual person, you're seeing the world, it's then has an incel connotation to it. You then say woman instead, and that's more normal. You say it a lot in stories. Oh yeah, see. Not in real life. Okay. Yeah, even though it is stories, it is kind of based on real life, unless you're purposely writing something that isn't, right? So like I said, if it was like a very scientific person, if it was part of the culture here in, what was it? In the 28th ADD post-apocalyptic United States, where they do that, and that's part of the world building, then I'm like, yeah, then keep it. But if there isn't, and it's just a slight oversight in the writing style, then maybe correct it to woman instead, and that would read a bit more naturally. And it's just little things like that, right? I feel like we don't always even pick up on little quirks like that until someone else like beta reads or critiques us and they point it out, and then we're like, oh. Where was I? I took my place among my age group. Indeed, each age group was grouped up like the cattle that you'd supposedly see in 10. I just hope I don't get a young child as my partner, assuming that I am reaped. I didn't want to babysit anyone. The layout was exactly how I pictured it. A front stage being guarded by a few peacekeepers. Jesus fucking Christ. By a few peacekeepers. Pacekeepers. Dear God, what am I saying? 2 separate podiums with 2 identical glass reaping balls for each gendered tribute. Large plasma wall televisions, not unlike the ones I repaired on an almost daily basis, preparing the live feed for the Capitol with a camera crew of Capitol workers at front. Technology is bullying you? Oh, what did you do to it, Chatty Matty? You had to say sorry. Don't care if it sounds like anything, it's not. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Maybe I missed it. Sorry. We were, of course, packed like sardines in the center with the able-bodied citizens to our back and on elevated bleachers to our side. You rearranged some tabs, that's what's gonna do it. How dare you, Chatty Matty. All your tabs hate you now. They're gonna come for you. I went now, freeze for 2 seconds. That's right, and you should be grateful it was only for 2 seconds. I've had devices where I have, like the 5 million tabs open, and then you arrange something and then it just shuts down. A few minutes passed until I heard commotion in the center square corridor that was staring back at us. 2 more peacekeepers stepped up on the stage and opened the large District 3 emblem doors on the stage. 2 more peacekeepers emerged escorting a female. She was a strange creation. Her face was completely covered with white, almost powdery makeup, black eyeliner, and black lipstick. She was wearing a comically poofy purple hoop skirt with puffy purple hoop skirt with poofy shoulder pads. She also had a spherical headdress around the entirety of her head. I liked the Capitol's couture fashion, but this was overboard. A female camera operator spoke to her. You're on live in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen of District 3, welcome to the reaping ceremony of the 28th Annual Hunger Games. I am your escort, Agatha Vale, she said. The crowd was silent. It was almost like she was speaking in slow motion. She cleared her throat and continued. It is a pleasure to be with you all today. Without further ado, let's commence the reaping ceremony. We flipped a coin backstage, and it appears that we will be reaping the females first. Like here, I think for the Capitol, for the people in the Capitol, to refer to them as females and males might actually make sense. Again, don't need to explain the gender of a non-character. A throwaway? What? I'm just a little bit confused. I'm not quite understanding it. Maybe I missed something here. Hold on. But yeah, I think for Agatha Vale and the people in the capital to say females, I'm like, yeah, for them, because they are kind of viewing them, the people outside the capital. Camera woman. A female camera operator spoke to her. What's wrong with that? Again, don't need to explain the gender. Yeah, I would just say like Are you talking about like, oh, you don't need to say female camera operator? Is that what you're saying? Sorry, maybe it's just the short sentence in chat. Make me not click. My brain's also tired. It's almost midnight here. What was I saying? But yeah, here, the females first, I feel like the capital could, because they do kind of view the people outside the capital as less than. Right? They do kind of refer to them almost as animals. They don't feel guilty. They don't feel bad watching those people suffer in the games. So referring to them the same way that you kind of do to like animals, or like in that scientific, that distancing way, and being like, oh yeah, we'll be reaping the females first, instead of like, oh yeah, we're gonna be reaping these poor innocent like human beings first, right? That's too humanizing, so they say females instead. I think for her, this does make sense. She could barely walk to the pedestal with that skin-tight skirt she was wearing, but she made it. Skin-tight skirt. She was wearing a comically puffy purple hoop skirt. Hoop skirt. Puffy hoop skirt. How is it skin tight? Camera woman feels better to me. Oh, okay. She reached her black-gloved hand inside, shuffling the multiple slips of paper inside until she grasped one, bringing it out slowly and softly. She opened it, almost bringing it up to her lips, and said, Scarlet Fitch. What's the word? Semantics? As the name was called, I heard a verbal commotion out on the side bleachers. An older woman crying out in English as a young female slowly and timidly made her way out of our group opposite of where I was. Once she made her way out, she stood still and took a deep breath. She brought her head up as a gorgeous smile emerged from her face. It was something out of a fairy tale. Perfect teeth with a perfect smile. I'd never seen anything like it. Scarlet oozed beauty out of every pore, her smile just an extension with perfectly styled black afro hair. Several other teens that she must have known placed their hands on her shoulders, supporting her with pained eyes. The older female located in the bleachers continued crying out inconsolably. Two younger girls doing their best to console her. Inconsolably. Now, let's keep our composure here. We still need our male tribute, Agatha said. So like here, if you want the example, so the Scarlet Fitch, an older woman, high on English, as a young girl would fit here, right? So the Scarlet would be like a girl, timidly making way out of the group. When she made her way out, several other teens that she must have known. Oh my goodness, hello raiders, welcome on in. And then here, instead of the older female, it could be the older woman, because that's the mom, right? Hello raiders, welcome on in. Did you guys have a good stream? Did you guys have fun? Oh my goodness, you guys are all shouting raid. Raid for you. That's very nice of you guys. It's so nice to see you here. Welcome on in. If you're interested in our cozy little area of the internet, come on in. Did you guys have a good stream? Hello, Milu. It's good to see you again. You said it right for one sentence. And that's one of the things. Sometimes it's hard for us to know and improve and pick up on these little things by ourselves. That's why critique circles. That's why like having this and having other people like give us suggestions and hints is so big. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in and welcome to the Cryptid Cult. Absolutely every time. It's always a grand night in the tavern. How fantastic. Did you guys do anything in particular today that was fun? How was your stream? What did you do? Old King Bear, welcome on in. Today we are reading submissions from some of our chatters here in stream, and we're providing critique. This one here is actually King Cows. This is a Hunger Games fanfic here, inspired fanfic. So I'm trying to plan a few little things here, but otherwise it's just good times and all of us getting better at writing together. So if that's your vibe, welcome on in. I'm so glad you guys had a really good stream though. Chatty Maddie's always talking you guys up over here, so it's good to see you guys. I think I saw you briefly before, but it was like right towards the end, right before I had to log off because I was tired. That was just waffling on, our version of chatting and singing. Oh, there's also singing? Oh my goodness, you guys are having a full party over there. That sounds fantastic. Making me blush, Cryptid. That's what we do. I guess everyone on the internet has to bully you, Chatty Maddie. I don't know what to tell you. He's a grand young man. Yeah. We like bullying Chatty Maddie over here. He's a good one. Waffles! Oh dear God, you guys are making me want waffles now. Waffles with like syrup? Oh my God. Maybe I should get that next time I go shopping. That would be so great, actually, having midnight waffles. Fantastic. Anyway, where was I? So yes, if you guys are all in here, we are all giving critique and reviews. So I'll be pointing out a few things, but you guys in chat are also welcome to point out and give little suggestions and ideas. The only rule is, again, we're all gonna be nice, right? Because no one here, I think we're all creative, like writer type people, right? No one wants our stories destroyed. So when we do offer advice, try to do it in the best way possible, because we never want to like go too far or hurt anyone's feelings, right? It's always a good time in the tavern. You do midnight French toast around those parts. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, we're actually almost at the end here. So you guys are tuning in right here for the end. A moment of silence was followed by Toma Greensbe. Where is Toma Greensbe? I was so focused on Scarlett's poor mother and her younger sister's anguish that I didn't, so right here you can only have, you just consider having one, that I didn't notice all the eyes of the male and female candidates looking at me. Toma Greensbe, Agatha said once more, a tinge of impatience in her voice. My name, and I've been called. Slowly the air began to leave my lungs. I had no tesserae in the reaping bowl, and yet my name was called. My final goddamn year, the 6th year of reaping, and my luck had run out. My body must have been on autopilot since I was making my way up to the stage before my brain caught up. The only thing I do know was, unlike Scarlett, nobody was there to support me or to mourn for me. Hello. Maddie could talk underwater with a mouthful of marbles. You know what? Everyone keeps saying that. Everyone talks about how chatty Maddie is on their stream and when they're doing collabs and stuff with others. And their username is literally Chatty Maddie. But when we did the collab, I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad. I feel like Chatty Maddie's barely talking at all. Like what's going on here? We barely heard from Chatty. Did I make you too nervous to talk that time, Chatty Maddie? Is that what happened? I was looking back, I'm like, man, I feel bad. I'm like, Chatty Maddie barely got to say anything. Have you all tried baked French toast? Same recipe, but in a dish instead of fried. It almost ends up with the texture of bread pudding. Oh. I like how, so I know not everyone here is, but I am and a lot of other people here are Americans, and you're asking us to not fry something? You're asking us to not fry a thing that we can fry? What? As an American, like what? I'm kidding. I just know Americans here, we love our deep fried stuff, don't we? We love frying a lot of things. It's pronounced tessera. Tessera. Okay, so this is like a ra. Okay. Thank you for the note. I wasn't quite sure how to say it. If it had happened like 20 more times, but here it's only at the very end. So at least I only messed it up once. I think he was so interested in the feedback to chat that day. Oh no. Chapter 2 is almost at 1K words, which is my goal for every chapter. Okay. He's also Irish. Air fryer is king, man. So Roots. No, actually, it was, I believe, a present for Papa Cryptid was an air fryer because he just likes having gadgets, right? So if it's a gadget, Papa Cryptid wants it. It ended up being like the bee's knees to Roots. Roots loves working that air fryer, and they're getting really good at it. So I feel very spoiled because sometimes I can just be lounging back and I'll be like, Roots, put something in the air fryer for me. And they're a very nice and sweet sibling, and a lot of times they actually do, which they shouldn't put up with my bullshit as much as they do, but they're a very nice raccoon. You're Australian, old King Bear. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think like about half of my audience is from the US, and the other half is we're looking more at Europe and France and Germany, like the Europe and France. Those things are all in Europe. Dear God. Don't listen to me. It's past midnight here. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm stupid now. It's really good with peanut butter and banana in the middle. Oh my goodness. That's partly asked about collabing again to get used to it. Oh, okay. We got rid of our air fryer. We never used it? Milu, what's wrong with you? Think you've used yours maybe once, Molly Sue? What is wrong with you heathens? How can you guys call yourself raccoons? Not even using your air fryer. You can make whole like perfect batches of fries that fill like your entire plate just for you. A U-sized portion of fries. You can make chicken strip. You guys can make chicken nuggies. Chicken nuggies without turning on the whole oven. Grilled cheese. Oh. It won't catch fire? No? Has anyone had issues with something being set on fire? In the air fryer? I've never heard of this. What? But this is lovely. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, K Boogie. It was good seeing you. There is a Discord if you want to keep hanging out with us or submit your own stuff in the future. And otherwise, I'm streaming every other day for the next little while. So I won't see you tomorrow, but I might see you another night. Have a wonderful night. It's what, 4 in the afternoon for you? Oh, that must be so nice. It's about to be midnight. Yeah. Midnight, 1 a.m. What is it? What is happening? Oh, yeah, but we do that in the oven. There's 6 of us in this house, and you guys love each other enough to make each other food? You guys don't fight over it all the time? You guys don't just make something just for yourself, or maybe like your favorite sibling of the day, and tell the rest of the fuckers to go starve? You have like a healthy family dynamic? What is this? I might get called a heathen for this, but do you like pineapple pizza? I fucking don't. Roots does. Roots actually really likes pineapple and Hawaiian pizza. So Roots is. I do not. We make everything from jerky to shepherd's pie in our fryer. Wow. You burned a hash brown one time? Oh my god, I loved when Roots was making the hash browns. I love my hash browns burnt. So you guys can keep a running tally here. I have really burnt pizza. Burnt pizza is like god tier, and burnt hash browns is like, oh my god, that's heaven. That's the best thing in the world. I feel like burnt is just extra flavor. It's just crunchy flavor. Oh no. Can't it drip into the grate of the fryer? You have a little liner. King Cow, you have a liner when you put stuff in the air fryer. There's like this little like a paper like liners. That way nothing gets all nasty. What are you talking about? Are you a heathen? It is me, my husband, my dad, and their kids are 10 and under. Oh, okay, so you have littles. So you cook for the kids, trying to make things everyone will eat. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you have littles, I guess you can't let them starve and die because you like them and stuff. Those are your littles. That's how my cats get away with everything. The only littles I have are these little bastards that are all my cats. I feel like we got sidetracked. We're talking about food right now. You don't need cooking oil, you just butter the outside of the bread. My 3 kids, not their kids. Oops. It's okay, I got you. It's all good. Like, most of the time they're stinking cute and give good cuddles. It's say don't things and all that jazz. Cryptid has a lot of cats. Yeah, I do. And we're not going to talk about the exact number. You guys will never find out. 2 of my littles are bigger than me. Oh, that's what would happen if I ever had littles. Because again, just in real life, I am a hair. I'm just a smidgen. I'm a centimeter under 5 feet. I'm just under 5 feet. I'm so close to 5 feet. I feel like if my spirit could give me extra height, then I could reach it. But I'm just under 5 foot. And Lord knows, if I ever did have kids and survived, all of my kids would end up being taller. You underestimate my power! Anakin Skywalker. I know that wasn't the voice for Anakin, but you get it. Anyway, before I keep getting sidetracked with food, I am so hungry now. You guys mentioned food and I'm hungry. Let's see here. I pointed out some little things here, right? Just with the females, can be switched to women or girls, depending on the characters. We pointed out some doubles here, like had and didn't. Those are just some minor little things with the text to make it read a little bit better. But those aren't the 2 main critiques, right? And so I think this is a really cool piece. I'm excited to see one Hunger Games fanfic. That's super cool. 6 foot tall, all the little... that is the short one is my daughter. Oh, well, is she still growing? Because if she's like little, then like, yeah, if she's like 5, then like she's still gonna grow. She could be tall later. You gotta give her time to cook. But if she's like already grown, then yeah, maybe she's just short. Maybe she's like me and we're just fucking short. Did you guys know Mama Cryptid doesn't actually realize how short she is? She's only slightly... She's around my height. She's 5 foot. And she's being friends and hanging out with all these people, like all these other women who are like over 6 foot, right? These tall, like Amazon women, these tall giants of humankind. And she's like, oh no, like we're the same height. And I'm like, what? And then she saw pictures of them, like some family members had taken pictures of them all hanging out together. And Mama Cryptid was like, oh my god, Cryptid, come here. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I never realized I'm shorter than my friends. And I'm like, yeah, your friends were giants. They're giants. They're taller than most people. They're taller than any person has the right to be. They're what? What do you mean you thought you're 5 foot? She's like, I didn't... How tall are they? And I'm like, they're like over 6 foot. And she's like, I didn't realize 5 foot and like 6 foot was that. And I'm like, Mama Cryptid, you had to look up to see their faces. And Mama Cryptid was like, yeah, I just look up and like we're at the same height. And I'm like, no. She has the Chihuahua mindset of like how a Chihuahua thinks it's the same size as a big dog. Absolutely worked on this woman. Absolutely thought she was the same. She's like, maybe they're just a few inches taller than me, but I'm looking at this picture and like, no, like they're so much taller than me. And I'm like, yeah. They're over a foot taller than you, woman. What are you talking about? I'm short, 5'3". That's taller than me. But I mean, I'm taller than you, Cryptid. But I'm shorter than pretty much the entire tavern. Oh no. So you know, since I use male instead of men as well. You miss having a Chihuahua? Oh my goodness. I would be too nervous to have a Chihuahua. I like bigger dogs. I feel bigger dogs are like sturdy. with little dogs, itty bitty dogs, I'm always worried that like I'll like pet them too hard and their like bones will shatter. I'm so nervous having a little dog. I tell her you gotta hand it to short people mostly because they can't reach it for themselves. Banned. Get out of here. See yourself out, you're banned. I'm 4'9", you and me, Molly Sue, we can be friends, you get it. I don't have to remove your kneecaps. Milu is 5'5". I'm sorry, Milu, you gotta hand over your kneecaps. You don't need that height. You don't need to be that tall. King Cow? 6'7". I don't believe you. That's crazy. No. 6'7". Oh, it was a 6'7" joke. Yeah. That's I'm like, I don't believe that at all. Hides my kneecaps. You're 5'3". You're a reasonable amount that's allowed to exist higher than me. I feel like everyone who's too tall, I'm like, Oh, but yeah. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Jimmy, you were just doing short heights, my bad. Yeah, you guys, I'm very generous. I'm a very generous, ruler. I do allow people to be taller than me. It's just if you're too tall, if you're too tall, if you have too much, if you have more height than is necessary, if you're over there like no, just learn about that. That's too much height. That's too much. No reasonable person needs that much height. And then like yeah, you'd still live. You just need to remove the kneecaps because then you'll be shorter. Now you're reasonable. Did you just say you didn't believe me? But I didn't believe someone on the internet? In a Twitch chat room? Dear God, call the cops. Hello, mate. It's good to see you. So tell her it means that her brothers have to do more chores than her. Hey, that works out. Oh, well, taller. I'm shorter than a lot of my friends. I'm 5'2". C-zone? Perfect. That's fine. That's respectable. That's respectable. That you're taller than me, but that's perfectly fine. Kadas likes to bully and for the raccoons like sacrificing me to a god. Yeah, I don't know what's with the raccoons with that. I don't know how you got them to do it because they never wanted to sacrifice anybody until you came along, so. Oh no. So what was I saying? I was trying to be good. I'm trying to be good here. I will say for the two critiques, right? We pointed out some small little fixes, small little easy little edits and fixes. But for the two critiques, did I already give them? Sucks to be wrong, I guess. Yeah, I'm wrong a lot of the time. That's why I always say you guys shouldn't trust me. Whenever I'm like pretty confident in stuff, I let you guys know. And whenever I'm like, hey, I feel this, but I actually don't know, because I think it's honest to admit when you could be wrong about stuff, right? Like, hey, I think this, but I'm not sure. I will tell you guys. I'm like, hey, I'm not the double check me. I don't know for sure, but I feel like this needs to be fixed, or something about this needs to be changed, or I feel like I heard this info, but like, hey, double check me. I'm always open to being wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of fucking shit. Cryptid isn't hungry? Oh, I don't really like Doritos, so it's fine. I guess you can give the Doritos to Maddie. Sorry, Callie, I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm trying to keep up with chat. But you were so confident. With what? With not believing your height? I didn't say I was right or wrong. I just said I don't believe it. I could still be fucking wrong, and I just still... There are people who believe the Earth is flat. They're wrong, but they believe it. They believe it. They're wrong as fuck, but they believe it. It's true of me to say I don't believe it, but that doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. I'm probably, who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are a giant, and in which case, anyone over 6'7" doesn't get just their kneecaps removed. They get removed up to the upper thigh. It's necessary. Yeah, you are, but that's okay. That's why I have no beliefs. That way I'm never wrong. So let's see. For critique. For the actual critique here. I will say, and I admit it is a bias. I do admit this could just be me being biased. I'm wondering if you want to stay in the first person using the I pronouns. I wonder if this would be better from a more distant perspective. And that could just be because I generally prefer writing from that one, so I do admit that might not be reasonable critique or advice. That might just be my bias showing through. So I would say, like, hey, you do some soul searching as the author, as the writer of this piece, and figure out, do you prefer, for the story and for the stories you want to tell, writing in first person, or would you be open to doing for more, is it third person? I believe so. It's late, so I might be mixing words around. I can't even believe it myself. Man, no one ever chokes on triangular foods. I've tripped on flat surfaces before, yeah. I have too, don't you worry, we've all been there. So, that is my first initial, maybe not even a critique, maybe my first suggestion. It is my first time writing in first person. I have been writing in third until now. Was there a particular reason why you wanted to do first person for this one? Was it just to experiment? Or did you want that more, like, intense, up close and personal, in their thoughts and feelings, like diary-like entry that first person can give? That's why, yeah, it's kind of like the 70% of novels. That's why I said it's kind of the majority. It's generally better. It's not better. Let me take that back. It is not better or worse. It is more popular, and I will say I have a bias towards it as well. Third is probably where your strengths lie. Okay. Oh, where's my lo-fi beats? So yeah, as an initial suggestion, you could do it in first person. Right, we saw from Bobicus. Bobicus did it in first person, and I actually really liked it, even with that bias of not liking first person. I was like, actually, Bobicus won me over with it. It was really good. First person, normally we're getting a very intimate, in their brain point of view. Like, we are seeing things as this character. We can see it in diary entries when things are formed almost in a diary. Like, they are actively experiencing this, and we are experiencing it as them. So if you want to do that for something as horrifying as the Hunger Games, right, it could be really fun to do something as traumatic as, as being in the Hunger Games in a first person point of view. I'm not trying to steer you away from it by saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, if you want to continue with the first person, maybe lean into that a bit more. Or if you're just more comfortable and the writing feels more comfortable to you and your voice comes through a bit more naturally in it, maybe go back to third. Oh, hello first time chatter. So Mr. B, I love writing in first person limited. I'm more at home in first person than in third. Yeah, see, that's why I said it's not right or wrong. It's just what is most comfortable, one, for the author to best have their author voice, and two, for the story. Sometimes we change perspective to really drive a certain theme or perspective in the story. That's why I was saying it could be incredibly scary and frightening reading something first person for Hunger Games. Oh wait, I'm behind on chat. What's going on here? It's difficult to enjoy a novel from first person because it's rarely done well. Yeah, I say I do have a bias against it. Bobicus did it incredibly well. I would have read a whole novel in the style that Bobicus did for first person. So that's why I say it's difficult, but if it is that writer's point of view, and Bobicus said that's the point of view they normally write in, it can work very well. It's just very tricky. Hunger Games needs a first-person perspective, in my opinion, King. Okay, so you did want to do it because it's Hunger Games. I want the reader to sympathize with Toma. Okay. After midnight? Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Good night, Milu. It was so wonderful having you here. So yeah, that's what I say. I think it could work really well for Hunger Games, and you're saying you were trying to do it for that thing because this is Hunger Games, because it is supposed to be intimate and scary and devastating, and I think that could work really well. Because just when I forgot it was first person at times. Yeah, it was really well done. Also, from a first person rotational point of view, every couple of scenes I swap perspectives so the reader can get both internal and external looks at the main characters. Very interesting, Mr. B. That's how the canon story was written. The OG Hunger Games, was it first person? I'm trying to think back now. It's been so long since I've read Hunger Games. Keeps me freezing. Lovely to meet you and your folks. Cryptid, thank you, old King Bear. And hey, I hope I didn't scare you way too much, but thank you for hanging and chatting with us. I hope you have a wonderful night. The bias of the narrative dominate, especially since it works well for relaying fear if it is done well. Yeah, so it sounds like King Cow does want to continue with first person, and I think it could be done very, very well for something Hunger Games inspired. In that case, I would say maybe lean in a little bit harder into the point of view and perspective and the feelings and the senses that we're getting from Toma here, right? We have some thoughts. Sometimes those thoughts are almost a little bit contradictory, which might be my second critique, but I would really lean into let's be in the mindset of Toma. It's weird. It's almost written as third person, but just written replacing the he hims with eyes. First person, you can be very much in their head. We can be very close to our character here and experiencing the things they're experiencing, and that can increase the chapter, like they can slow the flow a little bit, and really let us be immersed in the world and the characters and everything that's happening. I don't think they're struggling with messing up anything in first person, so I'm not going to give you that credit. I think you're keeping. I don't think there's been anything that your character wouldn't know, so I think you've been keeping up with what Toma would logically know in first person perspective, so I'm not going to give you that critique. I'm going to just give the fact, like, hey, we have this cool thing. We can be fully immersed. We can be seeing, eating, breathing as Toma here, as the readers here, right? And everything's just kind of been a little bit fast-paced. I think you mentioned earlier that you kind of do like 1,000 words per chapter. What? Just right. Okay, Automod just took it to a whole new level. What triangle toll did I miss? Automod getting you? I don't see anything. Did it get you a while ago? I'm so sorry if I missed something. Yeah, I have 4 fanfics upcoming, and I'm thinking of switching Toma's view to third person for the others. This is first person, however. Okay, you have 4 fanfics. So you have 4 fanfics all in this world of Toma, and the other ones will be third person. This one is first person. Am I understanding right? They're all 4 fanfics are Toma Hunger Games fanfics. That's what I'm currently understanding. But man, 4 fanfics at once, that's a lot. I hit enter and was presented with a big ass banner. Your message contains some bad words. Are you sure you want to send it? Oh dear. Triangle told the Automod's trying to get you. Trying to hunt you for sport. But yeah, so I think this could be first person, but in that case, really lean into the strengths it's giving you. Try to, but it's a hard rule to get 1,000+ words. Okay, but is it 1,000+ per chapter? Because honestly, I almost feel like both of these could be in one chapter. This is almost like one chapter of what was happening. So is it just like every 1,000 words or so you just call it a chapter? The automat does hate you when you say stuff about the French language. Sacre bleu. I absolutely said the blue part wrong, but hey, we're just vibing. Because if and I'm not saying I am, but if I am right and it's just roughly 1,000 words and then you call it a chapter, you could maybe look at the planning and what's happening, the scenes, because not every single chapter is going to be roughly the same amount of words, right? Like, I think both these 2 chapters together, which are only 5 pages, could just be 1 chapter. This could just be 1 long chapter. Just with the scenes that are here. I try to make it 1K or more, but it's a loose rule. Yeah. So I know sometimes with fanfics it is different, but in general, and I'm gonna give you that just for general writing. Chapters aren't split up by word count. They're spread up by like the pausing points in scenes. They might be split up when we change locations, when time has passed, when we've changed character point of views, something like that. But it's kind of like plot beats. It's not a hard and fast word count. There are some chapters that are a handful of words, and there are some chapters that are thousands of words, right? It's not a hard and fast rule like, oh, if you do this many words, it's a chapter. It's really looking at the scenes and the plot beats and what's happening. That gives you a better idea of when to do it. Okay. The chapter spacing follows the same rule as the paragraph spacing. It has to make sense. Yeah. Let's go until the chapter feels naturally done. Yeah. So that would be, before we go too far, that would be my 2 critiques here. You could do this either first or third person, but I think you have good points and it could be really interesting to continue this with first person. Just in that case, really, like, let us be Tomo, right? This is first person. Like, let us get into the head. Let us be fully immersed, and that might be putting in more of those details and those sensories and those thoughts and those emotions and those feelings as Tomo. And 2 is just keeping in mind that the chapters can be spaced a little bit different. Even if you're doing 1,000 words per day, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a chapter. You can reorganize chapters and stuff depending on scenes. And otherwise, those are going to be my 2 biggest critiques for you. But otherwise, I loved seeing your work here. I'm glad I got to read for you today, because you did have an earlier submission, and I think we just kept being passing ships. And I wasn't able to read your previous one before on stream, so I'm glad I finally got to read some of your work. I hope some of the little fixes I gave and those 2 critiques help you, because I think if you keep working on it, this could be a fantastic piece. And I always love seeing your guys' fanfics. I love fanfics and fanfic writers. I think they are one of the strongest pillars in a fandom community, and I do love fandom communities. Is there anyone else? Oh wait, oh my god, I forgot I had grapes in a cup on my desk. I'm here, and then mostly because of the Pleiades one. I feel like it is past midnight for Cryptid here. We are streaming just under 3 hours. Oh, thank you, B, for the follow, and welcome to the Cryptid cult. I hope you like it here. But otherwise, I think we'll call it here. I think this is pretty good. I think we did 3 stories today, 3 different critiques. I submitted my chapter 2, but IDK, how many are still on the list? Well, 1, we just did Cal Phoenix, so I can go ahead and delete that. Delete. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As an editor, what are the most common mistakes you see? Well, first of all, I'm always very upfront. I am not a professional editor. I am just your little blue buddy on screen who's trying to be the critique partner I want when I want critique partners for my work. And I figure in order to build that kind of community, it's a lot of people are always asking for critiques, and not a lot of people are always willing to sit down and actually dedicate time to give critiques. And I'm like, I'm gonna build the community I want to. So I am not an official editor. That's why you can always take my advice with a grain of salt, grain of rice, whatever suits you. But but I am your trying my best though to give you good advice. As an editor, what are the so I'm gonna say as a critique partner, what are the most common mistakes you see? I'm gonna say I think it depends on the writing level. I think for as we, and I don't want to like regale anyone to like certain levels, like, oh, you're a low quality writer, or oh, you're an actually good writer. Like, it's not like that. That's not what I'm meaning. I'm typically meaning in terms of how advanced they are in their writing skill set, as far as finding their author voice, nailing all that stuff down. I think for people who are still early in that journey, it's going to be a lot bigger and very consistent problems. It's going to be a lot of sometimes scenes or plot holes, like that's going to be the big picture stuff. The plot holes, the dialogue's wonky, or everyone sounds the same. The characters' decisions don't make sense. Even emotionally driven decisions don't make sense. It's almost just doing things together, and those scenes are strung along until the scenes don't make sense, and then they quit. And that's kind of people earlier on in their writing stuff. That's what I kind of noticed. Like, there's going to be a lot of those big and very consistent issues. People closer or higher in finding their writing voice and finding their stories and doing this different stuff, it will still have issues. They will have very specific issues, specific to them, and it's going to be very, very little things. It will be like one person just messes up just scene transitions every now and again. This one person just messes up fight scenes. This one person only has pacing issues with dialogue. It will be very, very niche and specific things to them that they had to focus on and find a good critique partner for. So I feel like when you're earlier in your career as a writer, not everyone has to make it a career, but you know what I mean. Early in your career as a writer, it's going to be all the big picture stuff. And then as you get further and further on, then that's when you have not just your style as an author and as a writer, you also have your style and mistakes. You're going to have very particular, very niche, small micro things that are just for you. You have an error for. Like, and that stuff where, like, once I pick up on it, I can then point it out every single time. I'm like, hey, I've told you use this one word every other sentence constantly. You do it every single time. I know every time I read your work to look out for this one issue. But everyone here is saying grammar issues, and I think that's stuff more for, you know, like a liner copy editor fixes that. I'm not gonna be over here. I'll point out grammar stuff if I see it. I like it being legible. But everyone's gonna have different grammar issues. Some people are gonna have spelling issues, some people are gonna have double words, some people are gonna have repeating words, some people are gonna have double negatives. Everyone's gonna have different grammar issues, so I think grammar issues is too vague. Could you be like, you're doing the thing I told you not to do again? And then there's one thing, I really appreciate the people who do resubmit, because I do get more used to your writing. And then I can look out for those issues that are obviously the blind spots in your writing. And I think that's helpful. I think that's helpful to learn from, and then as you continue writing, then you know that's your thing you gotta watch out for. What would you say are my common issues, Cryptid, just so I can look ahead on my stuff? And then everyone says plot devices or holes can be fixed, but composition, sentence structure, wordplay are the building blocks of writing. That's a very good point. How do you learn about useless words like started? Like the clock started to fall. But geez, for you specifically, Chatty Matty, I think it is typically not necessarily plotting issues. Your plot, you kind of keep, you do outlines. You're pretty good with your plot. I would say it's making sure those characters are staying on track. I think I mostly, even though it's not as natural for me, I'm always really watching your characters. I'm like, does very sound like a 20-year-old? Are the ants repeating stuff? Is the dialogue making sense for their age and for their relationship? Are the two characters just talking when they should be running? That kind of stuff. I'm always trying to make sense, like, do these characters make sense? I think that's the main thing. But otherwise, plot-wise and world-building-wise, you actually have pretty strong. You do that pretty well. Plot holes sometimes can only be fixed by redoing the whole thing, and that's when you hear about writers who do get traditionally published contracts and they get stuck in developmental edit hell for a while. It's stuff like that. They get some plot holes. They're really deep, hardcore fixes. They have to go and they fix all that. And then because they basically almost nearly rewrote it to fix that one stupid plot hole, right? That one thing that was frustrating them. Well, now there's new plot holes because they changed stuff. So now they go and fix those new plot holes. And it's kind of like a cycle for a while. So people talk about developmental edit hell. And when it comes to creative writing, I have a lot of technical writing skill, and it butts heads with creative writing. I never thought of it that way. Anything that isn't part of the outlining process is below me, either because it's marketing shit or tiny things that I will not waste my time with, or just a part of the writer's creative. Am I part of the outlining process? I'm confused here. What? Are you an author? Are you doing like outlining for books? So you don't like self-marketing your books? Is that what you're saying? Existential plot abysses. Oh no. My issues are more refinement, basically. I wouldn't say like refinement. I would say like specifically like character development. Development. Your plotting is pretty good. Your world building is good. It's the characters being consistent and having particular tone and idea for those characters and carrying it through without them going haywire off the page a bit, going this way and that way. And that's whenever I read your work, I really don't have many spelling errors. Sometimes you'll notice I suggest rephrasing a line or two. But again, I'm not the best line editor, right? I'll point it out if I see it, but even then, you don't really need that many line edits. This is more geez, did you even really have many developmental edits? I think we talked about the prologue, and I was saying, oh, okay, I'll read a little bit further to see if the prologue's necessary or not. But at most developmental stuff, you were good at. I think you had the outline for the Reaper one, Jack the Ripper one, that was all the gods and stuff, right? And I did some developmental edits suggestions for that, but you were already working on it, so I wouldn't even take too much credit for it. Yeah, it's mostly just characters. I feel like that's the next place for you to really focus and level up on, is really nailing characters down, really getting those personalities, their voices, their actions, their mindsets really nailed down, and having them have really strong voices and characters. And then I think really you have a really fucking strong base in your writing. Like, I have a master's education, and I was trained in the ideas of data, results, conclusions. So I've leaned way too far into telling and not showing, and overextending stuff that the reader wants to figure out for themselves, getting hammered over their head. Okay, I could see that impacting you a little bit, right? That could be tricky. We forgot method discussion. Method discussion, what's that? Yeah, hopefully I explained it well. You don't have to be sorry, I was just trying to explain it. Sometimes I explain things too long, because one thing's hard, right? I'm chatting into a void, and sometimes people will write back things, which are you, my lovely chatter raccoons here, right? But sometimes because there's not that audible feedback, sometimes I feel like, oh, maybe they still don't understand, so I just I keep yapping. I feel like in real life, like if somebody gets things, like they nod, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Or they go, oh, like you have an audio or a visual cue that they got it. And so then you can like shut up. But because I'm just yapping here on stream, on your little screens and stuff, right? I just keep going. That's why the collab was so much easier. Yeah, but you weren't even chatty. You were just Maddie. You were just Maddie instead of Chatty Maddie. But let's see here. You only really give up a sexy outline. Yeah, but after you get an outline, is it C call me peep? Call me peepee? Is that what the username is? Once you get the outline, well, now you had to do the hard. I feel like every single part is the hardest part until you do the next part, and then that's the hardest part. It's, oh, you're Girth. Oh, so you changed your username. You sneaky little chatter. You sneaky little raccoon. You did a switcheroo on me. So what was I saying? I feel like having inspiration is the hardest step until it's the next step, which is then outlining, which is the hardest step, until the next part is like editing your outline, right? Getting all those plot holes and the pacing and stuff out of the way in your outline earlier on. And then the hardest step after that is then making the rough draft from your outline. And then to me, the next hardest thing after that is fucking editing that beast and doing all the rounds of edits for that. Kind of everyone says like, oh, this part's the hardest step of writing. I'm like, every step's the hardest part. That's why it makes you want to bash your head into a wall. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of parts of it. Sadly, we very rarely can just submit as a published work and outline. So we had to hunker down and use all our brain power and come up with words. People keep wanting writers to come and make the words work, and it's like, why? I don't want to make the words work. The words don't want to work. I write creatively the way I write my technical writing. Throw words on the page, then go back and forth until it's done. See, there you go. At least you have a process. Some people spend years and years and years just trying to figure out what their process is. And it's like, okay, you need to just write. Some people are like, oh no, I need to be in the zone. It has to be when I'm in a creative spark. And it's like, no, you just need to sit down and write. If you make yourself write, the words will come. I don't even like that feedback either, but it's true. I don't even think people say like, oh, it's spell check is AI. Like, yeah, it's not generative AI. It's just spell check. I feel like people are getting like too hounded on all the other AIs and stuff. It's like, we're not talking. That's not generative AI. It's just spell check. It's fine. That's the thing that AI is meant for. It's just spell checking, doing all those little assists, not the generative AI. Generative AI is bullshit. You had to remove some chapters in book 3 because the arc I'm doing now wants to be more Bridget and Quinthrith. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So the stuff with Barry in Act 1, I had to get woven into that. Inspiration is a lie, it's true. We do still get inspiration, but you can't wait around for inspiration. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and you gotta work, and the more you force those creative muscles to work, then like, hey, guess what? Like, they'll work. That was the big challenge. I did November, right? Every single day of November, I was writing. Didn't matter if I wanted to or not, or if I knew what was gonna happen next, but I sat down live on stream here and I wrote. And if I didn't write on stream because we were critiquing, I wrote off stream. And like, guess what? I didn't have a story before I sat down at the first day of November. By the end of it, guess what? I fucking did. Yeah, screw generative AI. Absolutely. That's why I'm okay with editorial AI. I won't even say it's like editorial AI. It's like fuck, what is it? Analytical AI. That's technically it's analytical AI versus generative AI. Yeah, that's the key, writing when you don't want to. You're having that routine, making those creative muscles work. That way, when you need them to work, guess what? That your creative muscles are strong. You've been exercising them. They can work when you need them to. But just sitting around and not using your creative muscles, and just waiting for inspiration, guess what? You don't know when that's gonna hit. And the longer and longer you wait, the less inspiration you'll get. Gen AI provides a good polish wall to bounce stuff off of? No, it doesn't. Since you're the only being that does any thinking between the two of you, you get to observe your own thoughts rephrased. Uh, nah, you don't need AI. I'm saying you need it. You don't need it. You need air. You need food. You need shelter. You don't need AI. That's silly. I want to submit stuff from book 2 and 3, but I want to do book 1 start to finish first. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Chatty Matty. But otherwise, I think all my raccoons are talking too much about generative AI now, and I'm getting a little frustrated. So before we get bad vibes, here's your hydrate or dihydrate. Here's your sippy. Otherwise, I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do, and oh, here's mine. And otherwise, call it a night. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. We did 3 different story critiques today, and I hope they helped out. I hope it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the vibes. I always enjoy hanging out with you guys, so hey, it was a good time. So otherwise, have a great night, and goodbye. Goodbye.